Kevin was just singing. You guys missed it. Sorry.
Yeah, I was just saying a little Nipsey Hussle, don't bend or fold or break, you know. But anyway, but I'm excited, Scotty. So I don't even want to do your intro, but this is cool for us because we're at the first kickoff of the 2024 West Coast Sportsman's Outdoor Fishing Show here at Ventura Fairgrounds. We're going to do our first interview from here. So this is like groundbreaking for us, for Adam Casillas that you've seen multiple times from the Latino Business Expo on the podcast. And now they're doing an outdoor show with Richard, his partner, and Dr. A. So again, this is our first interview at their first expo.
Yeah, and we're going to run just straight through for the next couple of hours. So stay tuned. We'll get people on. We'll have some breaks. Kevin will do some more singing. If you hear some weird exterior noises, it's because it might be a little windy here. We have the mighty axe right next door. People are throwing axes, hopefully in that direction and not this one.
That's right.
But anyway,
that's a great thing to do with couples, man. Me and my girl did it, and it's pretty fun, man. It's a pretty cool day or night. They're in the collection in Oxnard, and they're out here. So again, it's not just fishing and outdoor. Adam, you know, always expanding the reach of who he invites to his events to network, and this is one of them. And that's, you know, something I've done and had a great time doing. So a little shout out to the Mighty Axe.
Yeah, and but it's the only place you can go where they hand you a sharpened blade and then tell you to get a beer.
Right?
It's interesting.
It is interesting, right? Hey, sink or swim, baby.
All right, so we have our first guest lined up.
We have two guests, actually. You guys want to do it together, or you guys want to split your time? How do you want to do it? All right, grab another chair. Bring another chair in here.
All right, I'm going to bail so everybody can sit down.
But this is Scotty right here, Sergeant Bruno. He's going to be here, the engineer, man. And we're out here. We got our, never problems, only solutions. It's so loud in there right now because of all the people that are coming to this event that we had to move outside. We had to do it the other day from my lady's living room with the Wi-Fi, and today we're out here doing it on the side of the fairgrounds outside. And again, because on the inside right now, it's so packed that we had to come out here. We had never problems, only solutions. So we found a table, put up some chairs. We got a beautiful day in the neighborhood. All right, so let's see. Again, I'm terrible with names. Andres, how do you pronounce your last name?
Andres Vinokur.
Vinokur. I would not have gotten that with the W.
Vinokur.
That's right, Vinokur. And let's see here. We got Noe Aguilar Vega. I know that much. Then you're with Copy Max Systems, and Andres is with insurance, right? Boaters insurance. So when we met yesterday, because when you get here on Thursday, you get a chance to talk to more vendors and young entrepreneurs, and that's where we do our networking. So they came through, talked about what they did, and of course I made that joke. There's two places you don't want to hear the word oops. One of them is the operating table, and one of them is the ocean. So if something goes wrong on the ocean, you need to be insured. And that's what you do, right? So go ahead and tell our audience and our listeners, go ahead and move this towards you, man, and let you talk about what we like to tell stories, like what got you in the business. And, you know, we only got about 15 minutes, so once you could get in there and splitting it here with Mr. Vega, go ahead and let them know.
Well, we're both, if I can speak a little bit for Noe too, we both have family businesses, and we're both local here to Ventura. Myself, my father's been doing insurance for 20 years. Has partnered with Denise, who's also been doing it for about 15 years. So we started our own brokerage. Now it's myself, my dad, Denise, and then her son. So it's the four of us. We're just a tight family. And today we're kind of pushing all the boat marine insurance, but we sell all types of insurance for commercial purposes. Businesses, we write Coffee Max over here. Just anything to help the community, make sure that everyone's insured properly. So if there ever was an accident, you're gonna get indemnified and have all your stuff put back to the place it was before there was an accident.
That's right. And how'd you get started in that? We do a family business as well, Rural Angler Network. My kids were my first employees. They work for Hugs and ice cream. Yeah. What made you want to, is it just because it was a family? Is there a certain particular thing that drove you to this, into the insurance business?
Well, my family did a very similar thing. I also was just looking for hugs and ice cream. But eventually it turned into money and stuff. So that was even better for us. I always knew ever since I was a kid. My dad always sold insurance. My brother and sister, they weren't super interested in being in those fields. And it was just always in the back of my head. I wanted to be like my dad, and that's what we ended up doing. My dad's here helping us out too at the expo. If you guys are here, definitely stop by and see us.
Mr. Vega, get in there, man. Tell us some about what you do.
All right. So I'm now the new owner of Copy Max Systems, and the business started in 1997 by my grandfather, where he started his business from home. At that time, I was probably like about a couple months old. And so he started from home, and after 27 years, I decided that I was going to continue his legacy. I actually worked with him when I was in high school, and I worked for him for about 3 years, and I decided that I needed to work outside of the family business so that I could build up a different kind of personality so that I could be a business owner, because
Ooh, that's
at
fire.
that age it was daunting, because I had heard that my grandfather wanted to leave the business to me, and I said, I'm not ready.
Yeah.
I'm not mature enough, I don't have the right responsibility level, etc.
You hear him preaching, man, because a lot of people, myself included, sometimes you want to inherit the inheritance before we're ready, you know, and to make that decision that young and find yourself and identify and understand that, man, is incredible. It's for you to admit that to anybody listening, because sometimes you want things before we're ready. So you can recognize that early on, man, is just incredible.
Thank you. And so I decided to embark on a journey of personal development, and I went to go work at a wastewater treatment plant, and I was a lead operator for about 5 years, and then I became the plant manager and did that for 3 years, and I managed extensive projects from sewer replacement projects to blowers, outfall pipelines, did all that. And that's when I knew at the 3-year mark, I had my calling, and I said, I'm ready. And so that's when I decided to take on CopyMax. I sat down with my grandfather, I laid out a plan for him and said,
Had a plan, you hear that?
You know, can you give me the green light? He said, you sure you want to do that? I said, absolutely. I said, I'm more goal-driven than I am scared to lose anything, because if I fall, I'll get back up.
Yeah. And again, that's important, man. You know, everything that you said, development, we teach that with our Real Guppy outdoor program, developing impactful leaders. And a lot of it is experience. I didn't have a dad growing up fishing, taking me fish. That's why I started. So I do have guys like Adam and other mentors that have helped create that character and integrity that we teach our Guppy Rangers and stuff like that, because some of us don't have that influencer to show in our own homes to showcase that, to make us, you know, to appreciate what you have versus, man, I want that with greed versus I want to inherit it the right way, man. So that's cool, because last thing you want to do is fumble the ball, right?
Absolutely, yeah. You know, having that positive, mentor, be it a father, be it a grandfather, be it mentor, it's definitely it's necessary. Having people show you how to fish, that's such a cool thing.
Right. Teach them, right?
Yeah, exactly. It's amazing.
Yeah. So how's the show going for you guys so far? I mean, Friday for a kickoff day at a new event. Again, this is the first time this show's ever been here, and it's gone for about a 15-year drought with the Fred Hall show. They used to come up here, which is the Bard Hall show now. Friday yesterday was considered pretty busy for vendors on a Friday kickoff day. How has it been? How's the show been?
Oh, it's been awesome. Yeah.
Besides meeting us, I'm surprised.
Yeah. No, meeting you was the highlight of our day yesterday.
Yeah, you got that $20.
But no, we've been doing great. I've really been liking the vibes over here. It's been really nice and busy, even busier today. But yeah, no, opening day was great. My brother opened up a boat detailing business. We're really big fishermen. So we've been pushing that a lot. We're right next to him on that table. So he's been doing a lot of networking on that end. Got some appointments booked. And then, people are looking into their insurance. We're doing instant boat quotes over there.
That's cool.
So just people can compare their stuff. People are, shopping and buying new boats. So I figured it would be a cool thing to push.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, as for myself, I wasn't planning on coming here. As a matter of fact, I stopped by his business, and we rent a copier machine there, and they told me that they had they were going to be
the best
participating
copier
in this expo
ever, by the way. Amazing. I am not even lying.
And sometimes, man, in business, it's okay to copy, right? I mean, maybe not steal the right idea. It's kind of, there you go, right? But if I watch, like, I'm gonna be doing Mr. Diamond in a little while, Jason Diamond, I'll call him Mr. But watching how they are from a while, I'll copy some of that culture, so that way I'm developing it to see how long their sustainability is in the game, and then copy that. So anyway, I just wanted to use a copy.
No, that's it. No, literally the best copiers ever. I mean, he has brand names too. Canon, I think, is the one that we have. I don't remember what specific model, but it is night and day. It's so futuristic.
You brought your own hype man, bro. You brought your own hype man. Hey,
only because I truly love it.
But that's networking, testimonial, like all that stuff that comes into an entrepreneur, not just as an attendee at these shows, but what it pays off as a vendor, as an entrepreneur at these shows versus the attendees that come in,
Absolutely. And well, actually, Andres and I are part of Network of Champions, BNI organization. That's actually where we met.
Okay.
That's where we networked, and that's how we actually got to do business together.
Yeah.
But going back to the
is that the one with Ray?
That is
Yeah,
great.
exactly.
Yeah, we did some
Yeah.
BNI. Marshall was
Ray
in that.
Gonzalez.
Yeah, Marshall was part of that. And then
Yeah.
copying before when it was Linda McCarthy and
Uh-huh.
my uncle. Oh my God, I can't believe I just do my own uncles. Anyway,
Oh, and my uncle.
yeah, Mr. McCarthy is what I just call him Mr. McCarthy, man. But
Yeah,
that dude
yeah.
was a BNI legend. You know what I'm saying?
Of
Sean,
course.
duh.
Yeah.
Sean McCarthy. There you go. But go ahead. Keep going.
Oh, but all I was gonna say is just going back to the original question is about the expo. It's actually pretty cool. I got myself a couple of beef jerky.
Yeah,
bags.
they're
It's
great.
really nice.
You got to
And,
check out. I can't remember their name right now, but they're great.
He's going to be here later too. Hold on, we got
Oh,
the jerky
good,
guy
good.
right here. Yeah, Fred Morales Jr.
Oh, look out for Fred
Yeah,
Morales.
that's right, with the
Yeah.
dog with the hat on.
Oh, of course,
Yeah.
with the hat on and the adorable dog.
Yeah.
Yeah, like
His
three.
mascot.
Yeah, 4 different outfit changes in a day. It was pretty cool. Yeah, no, they're really great.
SoCal Jerky.
SoCal jerky.
Sorry, Fred, but you'll be here in a little while. And
Yeah.
when we go fishing, man, there's 3 things you got to have: sunflower seeds, pork rinds, and beef jerky.
You forgot. No.
What's the other one? Some cognac. Hey, you got to be lit to get bit. You know what I'm saying? But we'll keep it
That's what they
G-rated.
say.
Yeah. All right, we got about 3 minutes left, man. I want you guys or 4 minutes left. Is there any information you want to tell people about yourself? I want you guys to take over the last couple of minutes. I'll try to keep my little humor down, but that's part of this, like, expanding what we do. But go ahead, man. Anything you want them to hear or something that you want to mention?
Contact information, websites, whatever you'd
Yeah,
like to.
definitely contact us or contact myself, Paladin Professional Insurance.
You want to spell that real quick?
Yeah, Paladin. One of these guys. But yeah, no, we sell commercial insurance of all types, and we'd love to be your next insurance brokers. We're local here to Ventura, California. Yeah, hope to hear from you guys soon.
All right, as for us, that's CopyMax Systems, and we rent copier machines. We do month-to-month contracts, so there's no extensive leases that go for a year to 5. A lot of people get tied up into these leases, and then they want to get out of it in the 3rd year, and they can't. If not, they have to pay penalties. We decided that we'd like to play a fair game, just how, I'm a consumer. I like, when a vendor gives me, reasonable pricing, or if it's a service, like let's say like Spectrum, that it's month to month, anything that is fair and reasonable. So that's kind of our philosophy. So we just do month to month. If you want to rent a machine for 6 months, 5 months, it's up to you, right? We're not going to tie you down to anything. And our office number is 805-643-6377. And we're happy to help you and your office needs with anything that has to do with copying and printing. And we mainly deal with Canon copiers. That's the brand, Canon.
Tell them what the printers wear. The joke.
Oh,
He got a good joke,
We
right?
need a joke. Let's hear it.
wait, can you remind me a bit?
Yeah. Okay, so what kind of pajamas?
Oh no, that was actually, I had a sub. My
Oh,
uncle was the one
yeah,
that
your
told
uncle's
that
great. All right, we'll tell another one.
joke. All right, let's see.
He has it every single time.
Oh, it was something that goes like, don't you find it odd when you find peanut butter stains on your copier machine?
Yeah,
Because typically you find jams.
Peanut butter and jams. Hey, those are good when you go fishing too. A little peanut butter and
Yeah.
jelly sandwich, man. Gotta have
Peanut
your
butter,
sandwiches.
sunflower, jerky, and cognac.
Yeah,
There we go.
Got some cognac. Bring me back another banana cognac.
Hey, that's
Hey, okay,
Adam's,
I'll
that's
tell you a
Adam's drink
story.
right there.
But he made me my
Uh-huh.
first banana cognac. Well, not my first one, but when we met, first time I met Adam, he was bartending at a sushi restaurant, and I ordered a banana cognac. And instead of telling me no, he said, "Let me figure this out," and grounded up a little bit of banana, one of those mocajetes right there, and poured the hindo on top, and we've been kicking it ever since, man.
Yeah,
But that's part of
service.
you with your service. What you talk about, if you sign up for a year, you're stuck. They can treat you any way they want, right? When you're trying to keep that customer and you're trying to keep them satisfied, you have an obligation. Versus, I got you stuck with that contract, however until you're done, that's fine. Versus, you get the chance to. I figure that's just a better way to be a customer service representative and build a value for them than just, again, you're stuck for no matter how we treat you. So I think there's an added value in leasing it that way.
Most definitely.
So, all right, that's going to do it. Any last quick fishing stories? Your biggest fish?
Hey, my biggest fish, we caught about a 60-pound white sea bass about this time last year. I got a beautiful picture in there you got to check out
Yep.
later.
Yeah, we just left the sea bass pins. I came in here late because in Channel Islands they have the grow out pins that grow to a certain size.
Okay.
They release them. They put a chip in their head.
Yep.
Just make sure that we're trying to replenish the ocean, but also teaching kids about fisheries management and sustainability practices. And that's where I was at this morning, teaching our guppy rangers about the sea bass in their backyard. And yes, they are showing up right now.
Yeah, they are.
Well, the biggest I think I ever caught is about this size. And the last time I went fishing, I wasn't aware that you needed to have a fisher's license. And so I got a.
That's why they got these classes.
Yeah,
that's why we got these guppy classes.
Yeah, you got to become a guppy. Attaboy, no fish, Vic. Look at that's one of our guppy rangers right there. No fish, Vic. Attaboy, Vic. Attaboy, Vic. Yeah. You throw it like a hyena, fool. I'm just playing. Yes, say chill. I love you. I'm sorry. All right, that's going to do it, fellas. We got to have fun. See you at the booth. I'm sorry. That's right, baby. All right,
thank you very much.
Yeah, my pleasure, man. My pleasure very much. Make sure I'm the best right here. And Noe, man, thank you
so much.
Yeah, and once we get this up and running, we'll get you guys links and send it over, man. And I'll come check out a picture of that sea bass, all right?
Very cool, man.
Thanks a lot, man. We got our next guest waiting. Here he is right here.
Perfect timing. How's that?
Hey, thanks a lot, guys.
Hey, no problem. Thank you so much, man.
Thanks,
Of course, of course.
See you. You want to just jump into the next one, or you want to stop and record?
Thanks again. Talk soon.
Okay.
Yeah, hey, how's it going?
Hey, no problem, man.
Hey, David.
No,
you want to just keep going?
Yeah, let's do it.
Let's just keep going. Let's get a picture. Let's make sure I got your name right. David Lopez, right? Snap down baits. Everything is good?
Snap down swim baits.
Snap down swim baits. All right, so sit down. We're just going to keep them flowing, baby. Keep it going right here. So we have a return guest, local guy right here in our own backyard. You heard him on him, and I tell the story to Scotty to remind him how you got a little emotional about your grandpa last time he came into our studio, man. I got an award like 2 days ago from the university, bro, and I cried like 3 times. And it's okay. And this guy's a tough guy. He teaches people how to beat other people up. So a couple of tears doesn't make you any weaker, right? For the men that are listening, you know what I mean? You can have some emotional tie-ins to certain things, and fishing is definitely one of those memory-catching tie-in, emotional brother, father. You know, I know a guy, man, that won't fish any longer because his brother we used to fish with passed away, and it's too hard for him to go and fish because it makes him think about his brother. So anyway, we have Dave Lopez right here, wherever you go by, with Snap Down Swim Baits, man. Tell us how the show is going for you today at this weekend for the first annual West Coast Outdoor Expo here in Ventura.
We have had an incredible turnout. Not only friends of ours who stopped by to get things and say hi, but we've had, because we have such a strong support of the community in the Ventura County area, we have had people showing up that already knew about our flukes, which is our hottest seller. We might have sold about 600 of them in the last couple of days.
How many? Say one more time.
At least 600.
600
flukes, and that's a big deal for us. 600 is a big deal for us. And the boat captains, the people from the tackle shops, all the other anglers, they're just supporting us. They're showing up to our booth, going, "These are the ones I was telling you."
Testimonial, about. Right? That's all. That's all you need.
And so, some people have fished with our baits before, and they're just buying more, and it's just been great support. We are definitely doing better than we thought. We are hoping for the best, and that's what's happening. So we're excited about it, and we can't wait for the next one.
How long have you been doing this now? Making baits before beating people up and showing people up.
2017. So this started as my son's 8th grade passion project, and we started messing around with it after the fact. Made a couple prototypes, and let's see, that was in May of 2017. By June of 2017, we were in tackle shops at Eric's Tackle Shop, and then within the next few months, we were in a couple of the landings, and we have a very solid foundation here in the county, and we've also spread out into the Long Beach area, Santa Barbara, and Hook, Line, and Sinker. So lots of love from everybody. We could not be any happier than we are right now with all the support and all the friends we've made. It's really been incredible.
That's good. And where do they find your IG and stuff? Just go ahead and give yourself a shout out of your information where they can find you at real quick.
Our Instagram is snapdown.swimbaits. Snapdown.swimbaits.
So what's your biggest fish that you've caught on your swim bait, personally?
The biggest fish, I have not caught any game fish on mine, but I have caught quite a large, if you go to our Instagram, you'll see a very large calico bass that I caught on a tube, a 3/4 ounce, 5 1/4 inch long tube in our sardine color. And I caught a pretty big calico. But also, if you go to our Instagram, there's some people wandering around the show right now who have literally caught 20, 25 white sea bass on our flukes. Tucker McCombs out of Ventura Harbor Sports Fishing.
Legend.
They went out last year. There's about 30 white sea bass that they had caught, and I sent him a text. I said, hey, how many of those were caught on a white fluke? And he said, all of them.
All of them, people. So you can't leave the dock without a couple of those, right?
No, it's become a must-have in the tackle box.
And what made you decide to do that? Like, what got you into it? I don't know if you mentioned that part. Sorry, I was texting people that were asking questions about when they're supposed to be here, so I kind of drifted. What made you want to get into the plastic and swim bait
And how did you do it?
and how?
Kind of a switch, right?
Well, we started, everything that we do is is our design. We did everything from start to finish. We hand carved, spray painted, tweaked, all those things, hand shaped, everything, either made out of wood or clay. And then our rods they're custom made for our tubes. But what made us get into it is that connection, like you're talking about with my grandfather, the connection to fishing, what it creates. It creates this it's crazy. The people from the gym, from my gym, the people from jiu-jitsu, and the people from swim baits are my best friends. And it's all because there's this community and there's this common, whether it's in the world of fishing, there's like, oh yeah, I caught something like this on your bait. Oh yeah, like I have some of these fish that have been caught on our baits. I've never caught a white sea bass.
I don't know if you guys, look at this guy smiling right now. And just I don't know if some of this is gonna hear it on. Some people hear it on audio, and some will be video. But the people that are listening on the audio, bro, I'm just watching you glow right now, man. If you can see it from here, you want to say so much at once, right? You're like, that's incredible. And that's what's important about being a creator and being an inventor and starting a community and all the love that it brings, man. So there's way more to fishing than just us crazy people that like to spend hours on the water. But I'm sorry, I just had to mention I'm watching you right now, man. Just like, woo! Keep it going.
It's exciting. It's exciting. I want to make sure once we started making the baits, and people were saying, Los Crudos Fishing Club.
Yeah, Jason and them.
Yeah, Jason and George. So they went out with 8 of our swim baits, and they caught 50 calicos. And this was like 2 years into the project. And when they told me that, I actually thought they were just trying to make me feel good. But it turns out it was true. So then we start selling other baits. People are like, oh yeah, I gotta buy more because we bought this many, but we only needed like 3 of them because we caught so many on them, right? Like I have a guy, JJ, he caught 25 calico bass on one chartreuse tube. So then Sal from Ventura Sports Fishing, he's like, you got to start making flukes. Like, I don't want to. And then somebody else said, dude, we need flukes. There needs to be another one in the market. So went home, carved it up, made them, sold them. White sea bass. Oh, we're on to something. Got it a little bit more perfected, balanced it out, and then started making more and more colors. And so I think the success, so what drove us to start was an 8th grade project, right? Whoa. But what drove us to keep going was the feedback. And
the market tells you.
What's that?
The market, yeah.
But what's great about it is because Ventura County is such a large part of the fishing world in California, and actually not even California.
We know why, right?
Well, I think it's just we have great captains, great land.
Where we're at though, there's a southern current and a northern current that hit here. So we have kelp forest, we get squid that come through, fin bait, plankton, whales migrate through here. So you just happen to set up. Again, like you say, we have rockfish. One day we fished bluefin tuna, calico bass limits, and rockfish on the Gentleman on a 6 a.m. boat last year. Where else do you fish?
We're in a spot, right? Like just above us is where calicos start. You can't catch them anywhere north,
right?
And then you go south.
And then salmon don't go any further south, right? Dorado come this far, yellowtail don't go any further north,
right? Yeah,
right. Stripers don't really go down. So again, this is we're in a hot spot where our fishery. I just wanted to add that we live in a great
and we're not overwhelmed either. Like we're not overwhelmed by too many people. It's just enough people for it to be fun, make some friends, make some connections,
Make some tacos.
make some really good
Ceviche.
fish tacos. all
Fill
that
up an
stuff.
expo like this one.
Yeah,
Really busy
it's
here.
this all week. I'm kind of connected to the show in a certain way, and people saying, "What do you think it's going to be like?" I expect it to be good, and here's why. Because some people are like, "It's not going to do." I go, "No, it's going to blow up," and here's why. Every single person that's vested in here, that paid money to set up here, they told all their friends and family, and so all those friends and family are going to be bringing their friends. Hey, this show should be good.
Yeah.
People, this show, if you're watching this or listening and you have not made it to the show this weekend, you better hurry up, because there are the highest level of all different types of companies here, whether it's tackle, clothing. There's some really cool clothing here. Lots of axe throwing. Yeah, there's all kinds of things going on here. The best names in the business.
Let's just give Adam and Richard and Dr. A to their flowers right now. You've been the Latino Expo, right?
Yes.
Right. So we know that they're going to give their all. They fed us when we were setting up. The way they take care of vendors and their people. It's the organizers right here are going to do their very best for their first time at it.
This is some of the biggest names in Expo history have not done this well, and it is because what you said earlier. It's about passion. It's about community. People love those three guys.
Yeah. And then you have so that's how we got big. The same thing you're saying. I'm going to jump in with us. When you have other people advocating for us, you can't beat that. That's why we say Real Guppies is kid tested, educator endorsed, and parent approved. Because I got advocates out there right now that are advocating for us, and that's how we do for Adam and them. But you don't accidentally get there.
Nope. You get there by caring for people, taking care of people, and building a solid foundation.
Yeah, legacy, integrity, all these cool things.
Legacy. I'm already thinking. Last night we were talking, me and my sons, because my son Joseph Lopez is the creator of this whole thing, Snapdown Swim Mates. Oh, and a little bit of history real quick.
Where's he at?
He's
making money and they're doing his thing. We'll get him on the podcast next. After the event, we'll do a recap on some people, man, and you're a local guy. Yeah. So we'll have you guys both come into our studio, man.
So what started, he was in 8th grade. He had been wrestling for a year.
They just kick butt. And, top down, they just kick butt. Snap your legs, slap your neck,
A snap down is when you grab the back of somebody's neck or collar and you pull them to the ground,
like a horse collar and tackling kind of thing.
Yeah, like you just kind of push them down towards the ground, and that's called a snap down. So snap down swim baits. That's how it came up. That's a good story. And
they kick butt on the water. Make sure you have a couple of these in your tackle box.
Built to fight.
Let me ask you this: do they last so long that people only have to buy a few? Like the quality of them, or there's not one fish that, unless like a barracuda that's just teeth that chew them up, you know?
So we have had where somebody was catching, say, 4 or 5 calicos, or they caught, some species of fish that doesn't have terribly powerful teeth or big teeth. They'll catch like 5, 10 or more, and then they lose their bait because that barracuda.
Barracuda probably got to be one of the worst. I looked here right through it.
But we have caught. My son DJ has caught 3 to 5 barracuda on one tube.
So they last. Hear that? Longevity, quality, and passion. And again, the product speaks for itself. Man, we love you, man. And glad you guys are having a great show. Anything else you want to add last time for them to contact you or anything? We got about 1 minute and a half to go.
Trains. So our Instagram links to our website. Our website is snapdownswimbaits.com. But if you really want to get a hold of us, that will link to our Instagram, and you can contact us through there. One thing I'll say is that we're not afraid of small batch custom orders, whether it's for a group of people, an individual, or a tackle shop that's trying something out. We're not afraid of that. It's fun because it opens up new creativity for us. So we love that.
Love being creators, man. That's one of the things we really teach about at our place at the we call it the chocolate factory now, because I got my Oompa Loompas over there working. But again, when you get to create and develop and creativity and be artistic, man, it's something about our brains that work that way that people love. There's some people like to tinker with electronics, people like to tinker with art, some people just like to be creative, man, and we really want to push that along people's different personalities and types, and that you can make a career that way and do the things that you love and love what you do, right?
Yep, absolutely.
That's what we do. All right, brother.
Fun.
Hey,
thank you. I appreciate
thanks for coming by again, man.
Yes,
again, all the best in your success, my brother.
You got a card by any chance?
I'll grab one for you.
Okay, yeah, I want to put him up on the screen.
Okay, I'll be right back.
All right, excellent. Thanks.
Thank you, guys.
Thanks, man.
All right, so far still good.
Yeah, how you
got
thinking
through
so far?
Florida.
Man, it's just flying by. I'm getting pictures. Look, they're on Uncle Dave's boat, the Guppies right now, the Guppy Rangers. I just came from the White Sea Bass pins, and we did our tackle swap giveaways. Look at those pictures right there. Captain America was in the house,
Axes.
and there's axes flying everywhere. But hey, only solutions, never problems. And
Listen, I just want to explain that it's a little windy out here, so you might get some wind noise. You may get some axe noise because they're throwing real axes over here. It's kind of wild. And also we got the Taco Express Taqueria, IK Bueno, and they're right here next to us.
IK Bueno. All right, let me look for Mr. Diamond right now. He might be at our booth. Scotty, I want you to tell me what you're seeing so far. Give me 1 minute.
Yeah,
you take
I will.
over and tell me what else we have. If you can read my chicken scratch.
I will do so. Yeah, coming up, we have Chicken Scratch. He's right. We have Willie at 1:15. We have John at 1:30. We have Larry at 1:45. Andres at 12:45. And at 2:15, we have Rick with Fishing Syndicate. The rest of the names are here as well. But if you can make that out, you're a better reader than me. So anyway, I didn't know what to expect coming down to this expo because, like they said, it's the first time it's here. But I did have a lot of faith because Adam Casillas is behind it and his partners, and they always do a terrific job of these things. The Latino Expo has been an ongoing event that is just amazing in how it helps businesses network. I've described it in the past as a business expo with your friends because by the time the expo is over, you pretty much know everybody in the building, and some of them have become your business contacts. So we're sitting down here right now, and we got our next guest on the way. And so I'll let Kevin take over, and we'll sit down, and we'll get it all going. So hang in. Here's our next guest here on the show.
It's loud. That's good though. All right, here we go. You want to get your little guy in there? We got 3 chairs right here. All right. All right, so we got the legend coming up right now. Jason Diamond.
Hey, how's it going?
Stardust Sport Fishing. What else you got? Coral Sea Sport Fishing.
Yep.
You,
Santa Barbara Landing.
Santa Barbara Sea Landing. You got the little guy right. Was he 6 years old now?
He's 6. That's Max.
That's Max. All right.
Yep.
What's up, Max?
So, hey, man, first of all, thanks for coming out.
Right on.
We appreciate you, man, and we moved you around, and thanks for making time. And what? You just got another boat today?
Oh, yeah, we're going to start lobster fishing.
Hear that? Lobster,
Yeah, my
baby?
son and I.
That's right. Hear that?
And him. He'll be one of our deckhands.
That's right. And you'll be a captain. You know, one thing that stood out, we'll talk about it one time, man, I remember because I teach a lot, is when you decided your oldest son was going to be a captain, right? You said, live in carpinteria, and what we're going to do, this is what he's going to do. And I remember that, again, I'm able to kind of say it word for word right now. Oh, sorry. This is Jason Diamond, just so you guys know who we're talking to right now. And I remember you saying that, man, and it stood out because of our industry and what it provided, what you guys are building up there. And I remember you saying that. So we want to talk about the importance of your family business or what, any of your history or things like that. We only got about 15 minutes, so.
Well, I've been doing this ever since I was a little kid, since I was 6 years old, like Max. My uncle owned a sport fishing boat in San Diego, and I just continued to do it ever since. Only job I've ever had.
Only job he's ever had.
Job I've ever had.
I started working on the Genie when I was 11 years old.
And my mom let me. Cool?
Yeah, they remember we came down and
with Mac, right?
No, Mac was already letting somebody else run.
Okay.
Let's take a smile for the gram real quick. And then, I forgot the guy's name, but I remember one of my first days at work, the captain was pulling a jig out of the. I think I was so small that I had to stand on a bucket to chum. We're fishing calicos, right? So you put a bucket upside down, and I was throwing anchovies out of the handwell to chum the boat up. That's and then awesome. I got to fish, and the captain was pulling a jig back out of the kelp and hit the deckhand in the face, and the jig was hanging from his nose, and I didn't come back to work for like a week. I was scared to death. That was my first pinhead story. So what boat did you start on?
I started on a boat called the New Red Raider many, many years ago. This was close to 50 years ago. Yeah.
You're not even that old.
And my Uncle Jack owned it. Oh,
really?
Yeah, thank you. Yeah.
So then how did you get to Santa Barbara? What brought you up here?
Well, we had an opportunity to get a sport fishing boat. We found one. We found the Stardust in Ventura sitting there. Mm-hmm. Need a lot of work, but it had really good bones. So we decided to get that, take it up to Santa Barbara and start running it. And we pieced that thing together till we got a repower. Then we repowered it and remodeled the whole boat, put the sun deck on it and all that kind of stuff. And just continued to just run and run and run and run. And then I would run with 4 people sometimes. Do you know that?
No.
To attract business.
Yeah,
That's how we had to do it. I would run with 4 people.
Just
sometimes.
put a count up, right?
And this is 30 years ago, man. Yeah, just to keep a count going, keep the people flowing. Yeah. And we would constantly, my crew and I, and would go to the hotels and put our schedule out to all the concierges.
So you'd be creative.
We would invite all the concierges out for free and front desk people and all that stuff. And I'm telling you, I would use the tip money and the galley money to put in the fuel tank to run the next day.
Yeah.
That's how it was for years, literally 10 years. And then finally things started rolling.
That's cool, man.
Yeah,
See that?
Things start getting a little bit better.
You got to get creative. You got to be willing to reinvest and invest. And again, take some good bones. And
we took a beating over this. But I tell you what, wasn't for that, we wouldn't be where we are today.
That's what you got to do.
And we thank every single person that comes out. We are so grateful.
So I've been working with the Diamonds and being on their boat, going out and fishing with them. And you guys have such an incredible name. I remember, because I'm a channel on Sport Fishing was my sponsor, and Liz Vernan said, I don't care if you fish out of Santa Barbara. Like there's nothing but love for you guys.
We love everybody.
You do.
I mean, we're on the Sport Fishing Association in Southern California.
Yeah.
You do. I mean, we love our fleet. Every single sport fishing boat.
I can't even get on one of the boats. I'm trying to get out on the Coral Sea, and your wife always said, you got in your room? Can I jump on? I got to go on the only reason I say that is sometimes I like a little nap on the way to Rosa. That's the only reason why.
That little white sea bass bite pumped things up pretty good.
Yeah. But you guys are solid, man. All your captains, I've seen them go from the deck to the wheelhouse. Love Sal. He's so animated. Their fish are on the ray. I don't know why they're biting, man. And who was the gentleman that I started fishing with? The initial guy, he works with his dad now as a contractor. What was his name?
Dane.
Dane, yeah.
Dane,
And I interviewed him, and I'm learning how to interview people.
He started with us when he was a kid,
So that's how long we've been making film with you guys. And I just went up there and shot a jig video. I just fished jig, but I was up on the deck. There's a 6-minute segment of me just going around and watching your crew run around. The guy that came from the Department of Fish and Wildlife, what's his name? Used to bring his own lunches. I'm horrible with names. Don't get it wrong. I know your face forever, but literally, I told this to you, how many steps do you get? And I just watched them because you guys mark every fish to make sure the limits are correct.
We make sure everything's straight up the entire time, because I'm telling you, sometimes that fish comes hot and heavy, and we got to keep track of it all.
And you guys do a great job.
We do the best we possibly can on that.
And when I film, I try to, it's not just fish coming over the rail. I'm a storyteller, and to get that little 6-minute segment of them.
Well, the reason why we sack every fish too is keep everybody straight. If we ever got boarded by a fishing game boat or something, we want to make sure we can show them the list. They can look through the bags and go, dude, right on, nice going.
And as long as I've been there, it's just leave your fish on the deck.
Leave them at your feet.
And get your,
and we'll come get them.
Rebait it.
We'll come
drop it back down.
We'll come get them.
And getting it going. So all that excitement, man. And you guys are very vested, like you say, into with SAC, and I sit on the board with NOAA for the marine sanctuaries. So you guys do a lot of fisheries management work inside as well. So you've taken your passion at 6 years old on your uncle's boat to not just building those bones, but also making your bones, how you put it that way, in this industry, and now out to make sure that we can continue to keep this industry going.
My wife Jamie fights for our right to fish every single day.
Yeah.
Yep.
And we had her as a guest. Again, we put on there that we were going to have her as a guest, but she's fighting legislation coming from Alaska or DC or Washington. So we'll get her on here, but
we try to help all fisheries too, not just our own, because everybody's in this together.
Yes, Becky, our treasurer.
It's all the same right now. Yep.
Yeah, and that's great, man. And again, by watching, like I told you yesterday, I try to give each other flowers in there, because at my Real Angler Network, like I have my board member there, and the family that I have is watching other people with this much, but how they serve, so that I could go and copy that culture, man, for my people.
You serve very well, sir.
Thank
do a
you.
good
Well,
job.
I know who to watch. I know who to watch. So tell them how people get a hold of you. What kind of trips you guys might coming up? We still got some time.
We do mostly 3/4 day trips. To start us, we'll do a half-day trip on Wednesdays, because we have a neat group of people that just like to come out on a half-day trip from 9 to 3, 9 to 4, like that. But most of our trips leave at 7, get back between 5 or 6 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah.
And they are really good trips. We didn't raise our prices this year.
Man, you got the cheapest burrito.
I
was like, dude, I was telling the cook, you could get 11, 12 for that right now. It means 7.
No, listen, we want everybody to, we don't want this to be we don't want it to be an issue for people. We want people to keep coming.
Yeah.
And that's where we're at right now with stuff.
Smile. Look, we're going to be on the ground again. Look.
Good seeing you, bro.
You too, brother.
Right on.
Go by our booth. I'll be in there in a minute.
Awesome, man.
Thank you.
So much for the kids and the community, man.
Thank you, man.
I love it.
I appreciate it. We won't stop. Thanks, man. Thank you.
Right on.
Wow, look at
Is
that.
there anybody that goes by?
Hey, that was
you don't
pretty
know?
cool, man. Pretty cool, huh?
It's just organic, man. It's the
Yeah.
Guppy Guy, CommunityKevin.com. Check
Right.
it out.
That's it.
Sorry, where were we at, man? Before I got my copy.
Oh, I just said it. We weren't going to raise our prices.
Oh yeah, that's right. So we're talking
Yeah.
about they have $7. So that's where I say, hey, if you need my help in the summertime to come out and do some cooking on your boat, you keep me in mind. And I told your crew that I make a pretty good ooey gooey cheeseburger. But
Yeah.
tell
Those
about the Mega
cheeseburgers
Mouth.
are
Tell about that Mega Mouth.
Oh, the Mega Mouth?
Oh, tell
2
them about the
grilled
Mega.
cheese sandwiches,
No?
2 patties, 8 pieces of cheese.
Is there an egg on there?
Oh, wait a second.
Oh, okay,
I didn't get the grilled onions and the bacon, the big swipe of mayo with an egg on it. Yeah.
It's the finisher.
That yolk busts and it just flows all down your arms. It's so
You're like
good.
licking off your elbow, all
Of
fat kid
course
style.
you are.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I tell we could split it, but
What? No,
but
there's
listen,
no splitting.
Listen, because if you eat it during the day, you're
What
done
kind of
fishing.
man are you if you
You
split
can't,
that
but you
thing?
can't hang on the rail with that in your gut. That's the problem.
Eat on the way and go take a nap.
Yeah, you get the meat
You
sweats.
order that the last stop.
Right, that's
Go,
what I said. It's a
Mega
finisher.
Mouth.
Yeah, the Mega
and they'll
Mouth.
make you one and you just eat it on the way in and then pass out.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's it. You
Got
stand on the
it.
sun deck and just nap it out. But that's the only thing I
Right.
recommend if you're gonna get it. If you try to have that thing midday, gut buster. you're
Our
stuck.
sun deck on the Stardust is awesome. It's huge.
It's pretty neat. Yes.
It's pretty neat. Yeah.
And again, so being out of Santa Barbara, for me, an outsider, I know that Santa Barbara could be a little pricey, a little bourgeois. You guys keep.
We're not pricey
You're
or
not at all.
bourgeois. Check us out
Right.
online at
But
stardustsportfishing.com.
leaving that harbor in the morning, I accidentally took probably 10 minutes of footage that I won't use, but I couldn't stop taking pictures and video of the sun coming up over the pier, the Mediterranean side of houses, like
Right.
before I even catch a fish. You know me, I'm catch a memory guy. Leaving Santa Barbara harbor on the morning alone, watching the seals and the sea lions and the pelicans and everything from
And
that
the
upper
whale and
deck.
dolphin show on the way out,
Right,
middle
exactly.
of the channel.
That's
yeah,
it.
that is
That's
really
it.
something.
You got your
isn't
money's
it?
worth.
Yeah.
Oh, you
So
were still
cool.
going to catch limits. Well, most of the time. For the most
Well, you
part,
say most of the
fish,
time, yeah.
the fishing. I don't say this about anywhere, but as much as I've never, ever had a bad trip. And I don't mean bad because we know it's about catching memories, but for the people that live, as a galley cook, people walk in and say, well, I paid this much money, I should have that. There's always a nice sack of fish coming home with you when you leave your landing.
It's very successful fishing. It really is. I mean, our plan B sometimes can be better than plan A.
Really?
A lot of times, yeah.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
And they
It's
fish
awesome.
hard, man. Even with the other day, I think I had a board meeting, right, Becky? Becky's there. I had to come home and open up the board, and Sal wouldn't stop fishing until the last minute,
Right.
even longer. We call
Yeah.
it is it midnight, Sal? What they call it?
Captain Midnight.
Captain Midnight.
Those
What up,
are
Bubba?
traditions.
What up? There's Bub. Say hi to Bubba real quick. Captain Midnight. Yeah, go ahead.
Our traditions have been carried on
Later on, brother. Take care.
for
Love you.
years.
You're not
Okay,
so
guys.
sorry.
Bubba.
You're not so sorry.
Go ahead. Sorry, where are you? Captain Midnight. Keep going. We got 2 more minutes.
So much of traditions go.
My guys do the same thing I would do.
They do.
They do the same stuff because they grew up with me.
They tell me that.
That's all they know. That's all they know.
That's right.
That's all they know. And it's
Taste-
awesome
yeah.
that's
the standard.
that they keep
You
doing
don't put a
that. Yeah.
standard out there, baby.
It's awesome that those guys keep doing it.
Yeah, they do.
Yeah,
they
it's
they
awesome,
hold you
yeah.
in the highest regard.
It's so cool.
Everything. That's why we wanted to get. He was my first guest. He was going to be here at 12:30, but behind the lobster
We
boat,
love our guys.
they love and they
Yeah.
love you back. And that's what I tell you
We love our
about.
guys.
And I'm trying to duplicate and imitate. Man, I'm trying to be like the copy guys that were just out here, man. And copycat. We had a guy out here that was with the copy company, and we told him that the importance of being able to copy somebody else's style. And me and you talked about everybody I could call on this guy and his wife for help. Frank Ursetti, the Fernands, the Hensons down there, right? That
All
you
the,
could
yeah,
copy.
the Hansons,
Yeah,
all
Hansons,
those guys.
sorry.
Oh yeah, we've all been into that
And now you're passing it along.
for years. Yeah.
And now you're going to help me pass it along. Your wife got me in, well, it's a combination of carpentry and middle school.
Right in the school systems and stuff.
Right.
Yeah.
To pass on.
Listen, your program's awesome, man.
He's not lying.
No, it really is.
But you've been
I'm
there
not
since.
lying.
But you've been there, and the reason I say it from you is again, 10 years I've been filming on that boat, and how much you guys have helped me. You've seen it all. So it's not like you're some people that meet us now because of social media or whatever. You guys have been there helping support me, buying our books, putting them in your shop, opening doors for me, and believing in me, man. And I don't take that lightly.
Because you run a really good program, and you're an amazing person.
I'm not crying.
No,
You're
man.
crying. I'm not crying.
Look
You're
where you
crying.
came from, where you are now.
Yeah.
Right.
Started from the bottom. Now we're here. But I'm gonna end with this, all right? Because we had this talk about God in there. The more you give,
we
the
love
more
God.
you get.
Yeah.
The more you give, and he was like surprised. Like, are we surprised? Well, if we got this God that we pray and we ask for, and we serve, and we get to be disciples and pass it down, that's how it
Right.
keeps going, man.
That's how it keeps going.
The more you give,
That's what it's all about.
the more you get. You're giving us plenty of opportunity, and we're going to give back because of that, and then we get it back.
Don't forget the sobriety issue in this.
Tell them.
Being sober. I've been
Yeah.
sober for 34 years. A lot of my
Sober-minded.
guys been sober for many years too,
Right.
on our sport boats. Yeah.
So let's talk about that for a second, myself too, because this industry for years, you could drink, you can do dope. To survive in this industry and
Not
the party
anymore.
lifestyle, it's not the same.
It's not the
But
same.
there was an era of time where that was common practice.
That's what it was. It's a whole different world now.
Right.
It's very cleaned up.
Yeah.
It's
But
really
for an
cool.
era of just all that money and
Right.
free, there's just
It was
it's
the Wild
changed.
West
There's
back then,
right.
It was the Wild West back then. Now it's not even close.
No, but
It is legit.
it's legit as they
It's
come.
legit as
But
it gets.
and it's
Yep.
and it's important because again with we can destroy ourselves in the time of just having fun, right? We're out here celebrating our success and then it crumbled. So
This is way better.
yeah, I like waking up sober
This
minded,
is way better.
clear minded.
It's just
I
way
sure
better.
do.
It's just way
I
better.
got a sponsor. His name's
Yeah.
Bill from AA. We talk all the time, and that's the truth, man.
So
So
cool
anybody
to hear.
out there
Yeah.
to help and serve, and the last thing is serving. I heard guys that were saved that because they were serving coffee. Their task was to make coffee at a meeting, and
That's
that
right.
kept them sober every day long enough to
Yep.
get through the fight. And now they're serving other people. But that servancy is so important. The more you give,
Always keeping your hand up and be of service, right?
that's it. The more you give.
Yep.
So take that on. All right, we're gonna let you go. We got the next people coming through.
This is
Give me a
awesome.
hug. We get a hug it out
Oh,
on
man,
camera.
have a great day.
Thanks, brother. Have a great
This is
show.
awesome.
Thank you.
Pleasure, man.
Have a great day.
Great.
Thanks.
Do you have a business card by any chance?
StardustSportFishing.com.
Easy
If you
enough.
go by the booth, I'll have it.
Okay, I'll come
That's
by
right.
and get one. I
Thanks
want
a
to
lot,
put them
man.
up on the
Cool.
screen.
Yep.
Yes,
Thanks, man.
Thanks, man.
That was good.
Yeah.
Thanks.
Hell yeah. The little guy in the back in the mix, that was dope.
He's a gnarly kid.
He's down. I like it.
He's awesome. Yeah.
I love it, man.
It was hysterical.
All right, let's see. We got 115. I need to get Willie real quick. All right, you take over.
All
We
right.
go get Willie. Willie's the guy from Amazing Baits.
So stardustfishing.com.
Willie was right here with his dog. Let me just make sure he wasn't.
Willie and the dog are coming. I believe that means it's the jerky guy. So we'll see out here. There's all kinds of stuff down here to check out, folks. There's like you said earlier, we had the insurance guy, we had the copy guy, we have Mighty Axe, we got food. It's just a lot of stuff going on. Tons of fishing products. If you're looking for anything in particular for fishing, you need to come down here and check it out because I guarantee you it's here. It's just amazing. They got boats. They got I just can't even begin to tell you what it all is. But we've got more interviews coming. The jerky guy, hopefully he brings his dog. He has a little mascot, and it's a cute little dog. And earlier we heard that he had 4 different outfit changes. It's like Lady Gaga or something. But Kevin went to get him, so we'll be checking in on that in a few minutes. Again, this expo goes on through Sunday, which is tomorrow, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And if you're looking for anything, just come down here and hang. Tickets are $15 at the door, but I believe you can still get them through Facebook if you look up Adam Casillas. He'll hook you up with some free tickets. And it's just I'm really impressed by how many people have actually showed up here today. It's a very successful event and deservedly so. So we'll be up next. We've got Willie coming from. Now, if it's the wrong Willie, maybe it's not the jerky guy. Maybe I'm exaggerating, and we'll find out from in a minute who it actually is. But what else we got going on? Every Wednesday on the Rough Edge TV, we have the new podcast, the new Real Radio podcast that Kevin typically has a guest that comes into the Guppy Center out there in Port Hueneme, and we talk to them. We've had many guests in the past. Show's been going on about 8 years now. We've been doing the Real Radio podcast. And again, I want to explain that we are outdoors at the Ventura County Fairgrounds. It's a little windy out here, so you may hear some wind noise. We have the Mighty Axe with people throwing axes over here to my left. And people having fun. It's fun to see the little kids go up there and take 2 hands and throw the axe, and it still can't make the target. But he's helping them out, and they finally made the target. Also, we have right in front of us Taco Express Taqueria and I Que Bueno. That's their motto. Again, we got background noise because we've got people talking to us. But now, here's Willie. So
Here comes Willie.
I'm pulling him in.
Thanks, Scotty. Hey, let's hear it for Scotty, man. He's my dude, man. Scotty is my dude.
Scotty. You got it.
You guys remember this guy right here?
I remember
What's
this
going
guy.
on? Willie, he was just here about a month ago. I got to start this story real quick. So this morning I was in the restroom on Facebook, you know what I mean, doing what I got to do. and it's our Instagram, and it's like, Willie just started a video. So I jumped on it. He's catching crappie. I get up, you know, finished with my business and run out the bathroom. And a lady comes in and like, you left your mess in the bathroom. I said, I was watching Willie try to catch a crappie. She said, you left a crappie in the toilet. So anyway, how'd it go out there this morning? Willie, how's the show going? How'd it go this morning? He was already fishing. I think this was about 7 a.m.
Yeah, this was early. The lake does open at 5:30. The main thing, if you guys have time, you still have extra time, you got to get to this show. This show has not been here in over 20 years. I still have free tickets. If you see me, flag me down, hit the horn. I still have VIP tickets. I'll get you up in the show. See all the vendors and things that they're bringing to Ventura County. They have great things for the kids, cars, pretty much everything. The bite is just insane if you have not been up to Casitas. The last time I was up there, and I didn't go because the water was really low, and the places I like to fish did not have water. It's the highest I've ever seen it.
It's full. It's officially full.
Stairways are underwater.
Yeah, it's officially full finally. And now it's funny that they say that before it was a drought. Now they're like, oh my God, we're gonna have these cool rains now. Get ready for these. Like it's like too chill, people.
River down there.
Yeah, they panic if it's full. They panic if it's empty. Stop panicking, man. Just go catch your fish.
It's always someone trying to get some urgency going.
That's what it is, right? Keep people freaked out. But we won't talk about that right now today. We're gonna talk about freaking you out about fishing, right? So the show's been pretty good so far, man. I know yesterday, Friday, was a great day for our first time show. We got in our makeshift studio. We got the jams going on. We can smell the food, people walking by and saying hi. But so far, the show, man, for you?
Insane. Loads of blessings. We love everybody that came down and listened to the things we were doing. Remember, guys, 4:30, Big Willie be on the stage talking about those 4 o'clock.
4 o'clock. I gave Willie the spot. And that's what we do out here, man. I tell people, Willie was the first person I interviewed. He was on the podcast. He's out here. Good people survived this long in his fishing game. On people we've seen come and go. And as soon as I knew that I had to be at the CCA fundraiser tonight, I said, hey, man, you want my 4 o'clock? Especially talking catfish. We need to talk freshwater and lakes out here, not just bass. I wanted to see somebody on there, too, that was different, you know what I mean, on that list. You know what I'm saying, of talking about big game. I thought a catfish topic, with the lake being as full as it is, I just thought it'd be a home run hitter, especially who I got batting in my DH right here.
Yeah, exactly. They do have the blue cats in there, so we will be showing you the trolling system. If you guys seen it up at Clear Lake, we did win Clear Lake and the big fish, 25 pounds, using that. The blue cats up there, Casitas, could run 50, 60 pounds or over 100 pounds. They are deep water fish, and we use a drifting technique. I'm not going to tell you guys too much more, but come by at 4:30, you're gonna get to see
4 o'clock. 4.
I don't know what's happening.
If I get a call, where's Willie at 4:15? I'm gonna tell you, I'm telling my wife at the booth, man. Jason Diamond, I had to give his wife the number, and I need that sometimes too. So we're gonna leave a message at 4 o'clock to make sure he's there at the stage. But show's going good. You got to fish Casitas. And the other night, you said you was over here eating steak and lobster. And when did they put you up? You bought your own RV. How was the setup? And how's Adam and them treating you guys? Your experience with the promoters and stuff too.
Adam and them, they took care of everything. They got the camping, water, full hookups. So we got our RV packed in the back, so we don't have to leave, burn up any gas, or go to any expensive hotels. And a lot of people have a lot of stuff here, and they really don't want to leave too far from it. So the RV situation is great. Because we don't want to rent something else and spend something
more
else
money
when we're ready to come and then set up. Some places we go, they don't have the camping, or we have to pay $100 a night for additional camping along the beach or something like that for those big units that we have. So blessings to those guys. And I even told them last night, no show has these.
See that thing right there? Look at my state community cab. They put community cab on mine.
40, 50 years, and this show comes up with a beautiful one. I save all of these.
I slept in it. I almost slept in it last night. My lady's like, yeah, take that off. Hey, Flavor Flav would want one of these. Flavor Flav. You have a collection, Willie?
What's that?
You have a collection of those now?
Yeah, I have a collection of them from all different shows, and this was the best one that I got.
Yeah, I do too, man. And I said the same thing, man. I got iCast, filmmakers, all that. I keep a little shrine of all of them. I want my grandbabies to wear those around the house. That's why I do it, just to show where I've come from. But he's right. These, you know what though, Adam and them, they do their own promoting, their own printing. You want to talk about some genius guys? So they found out how do we do everything in-house themselves.
Right.
So it seems like it's crazy that Richard, the guy that's quiet around here,
Right.
boy, he's a genius too, man.
Seriously,
Adam is the go-getter. The what do they call him? The Raging
I saw
Bull.
him everywhere.
Yeah, he's the Raging Bull, and Richard just kind of, it's like Slowpoke Rodriguez and
Wait,
Speedy
so-
Gonzalez, man. You know what I mean? But dude, they know how to do their thing right, and that's why I think it's so successful so far for our first time show. Did you get a chance to fish Ventura Beach the day before?
The beach is just
Sorry,
a little bit. You could go a little bit grassy. So we did get out there in the beach, and we started up at the canal. We worked our way all the way back to the Ventura Pier, and maybe like one bite, and it's just so much grass out there. So we talked to a lot of people. They were saying going to Carpinteria, but a lot of guys were at Casitas, and they were like, the fishing is explosive. And they were like, go to Casitas. And even when I got there, I talked to a guy I know, and I said, I'm going back to Coyote. And he was like, Willie, he said, you should go where you usually go, right here where the docks are at. And I said, right down here? And he said, yeah, go down there. And I was like, well, you know, he was like, he just pointed down there. He said, I'm going to even open up the private gate for you to go down there.
See that? VIP when he show up. That's Big
go
Willie.
right on the dock. He said, they're right there. And I mean, I was getting 2-pound slabs. A few of them, we're going to have crappie tonight. Later on, you're going to see the fry down. Because they got us here. We got a nice spot. We got free fish to eat. And we're going to be back tomorrow, guys. Back in the morning, back at Casitas. We'll probably be at Coyote or somewhere around there. We have some more free tickets to give away.
I'm about to call you, man. You might see Kev at your RV at 5:30. Like, what's up?
Yeah, we will be back at the lake. The lake opens at 5:30, so
I
I'll be
swear.
at the lake.
It didn't surprise me
At the lake.
that when that video popped up this morning that he was already fishing before the show.
Already
The show
fishing
opened up
before
at
the
10,
show.
and there he was out there fishing a little white plastic, right?
That's
Little
it.
bitty thing.
That's it.
And you sell those at your
We sell them at the shop. That was actually a rusted one. I couldn't find any baits, Kev. I was running through the car, and we have some impregnated with the Triple X blood. And I wanted to use those with the show and the new and niece. And the hooks were rusted, and I actually missed the first 5 fish.
Really?
So I'm like, they won't hit this rusted. They're not getting on it. So I put on a different bait. I got a couple of bites. It just wasn't working. I tried something else. I'm like looking at my time, so I go back to it. I get it hung up, breaks off. I got 2 more left. This one's not too rusty. I go back to it.
Trusty Rusty,
like,
baby.
Okay. And then I started filming because I was like, let me start getting hits and I'll start filming. So then I said, let me turn the camera on because then I was just jigging, talking to people. And remember, guys, I'm playing that bum, 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 bum. Beat in my head and working that jig. It's just bum, 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 bum. If you play that, you will catch them. Bum, bum, bum. Drop it. Bum,
Wow.
bum.
I didn't even know that one.
And,
Brother got sold.
That's what people ask me, you know, how you jigging? Are you going slow? And that's the easiest way for me to tell them is play the beat through the rod. Boom, 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 boom. And you either drop it or you bring it up and just keep playing that beat. And if you watch the video, you can see me doing it. And I was like, there we go. 45 feet down, I was mashing them. It was insane this morning. But come to the show. We had a good time. Plenty of the fish attracting here. So if you haven't been out, we got trips on the Mirage, Father's Day, guys. We got a trip going out, 11 spots left. You're going to get $10 off from Big Willie if you get out here today and buy your trip. It's going to be on the Mirage, limited load.
Give them your website. And yeah, where can they meet you if they
We're
can't make it to
at,
the show?
Amazingfishing.net, also amazingfishing.shop, and also Amazing Fishing Club is our nonprofit. And we're raising money for youth, veteran, and elderly to take them on totally free trips. We don't want them to have a lot of problems or trying to figure out things. So when they get with us, they don't pay for pretty much anything but how they got up here. And then we take care of everything for them, fish cleaning, rods, reels, whatever the veteran needs. We have plenty of it for them. If there's homeless people that are trying to we do have free fishing rods also at the shop. Stop by. If you're doing bad, we'll help you at least get up to the aqueduct and get a dinner.
Boom, 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 boom.
Hey,
That's going to do it right there. All right, Big Willie, we got the next person lined up, man. Hey, thank you so much, brother. Always a pleasure. 4 o'clock.
Anytime. 4
4
o'clock.
o'clock today at the
4:30.
stage. Talking catfish.
All right.
Be talking catfish, man.
Excellent, guys.
Good looking out. Good looking out. Sorry about scuffing them nice sneakers, man. That was an accident. Didn't mean to play footsies under the table, man.
He's got the coolest jersey too.
Yeah,
Hey, he made me. Hey, he made me wear my jersey today. I seen him wearing jerseys yesterday. And I'm like, I'm gonna put my jersey on, but it's too cold to flaunt these hats.
Hey, how's
These
it going, man?
muscles
Good to
good.
see you again.
John's here. What is it? Fish Slayer?
Graphic Slayer.
Graphic Slayer. What
Slayer
else you got? Sport fishing. I knew it in there. I'm terrible with names. We've been saying that all day. This is John right here. He's actually used to help us do our guppy days, part of the Chase and Tail fishing crew. And he's built it. What do you got? 2 boats now? 1 or 2?
2 boats.
Two boats. So I was
Illuminati Sport Fishing and Graphic Slayer Sport Fishing.
Graphic Slayer Sport Fishing. So go ahead.
Illuminati is pretty cool. Huh?
It is, but and let me tell you what, he got one of the nicest booths, and he got little bitty apple juices that I've been sneaking over and sipping on, popping bottles, man. But he got the light fixtures in there, and it just feels homey in there. I stopped in, I think, twice yesterday. I knew if I needed to charge my phone for some reason, I could just tell the way he was glowing over there that he would be my guy. And sure enough, but go ahead. Enough about me, man. My jokes. Talk about what you got going on. How's the show been so far?
Sure,
and where people can find you and stuff,
It's
man.
been really good. So it looks like we got a lot more attendance today, finally. So Saturday is a really good day. Hopefully Cinco de Mayo. Sunday is going to be even
Cinco
good.
de Mayo. I heard it's supposed to get maybe windy tomorrow, so that's why I keep people off the water and at the show.
Yeah, I also heard about there's the cornhole tournament that Spencer McKinsey's doing.
That's a big deal.
Really?
That's a
Yeah,
big
Volte
deal.
Man's going to be here?
Yeah.
I think close to like 1,500 people.
It's
gonna
insane.
show up. It's
Yeah.
insane.
I didn't hear all that.
Yeah,
Good,
so-
good to let
Let's
me
hear
know.
at the fairgrounds again, or is it
Right
back
here,
at
right,
Spencer?
Here on the grass.
Yeah, right over here
On the grass.
Yeah.
You
So-
get, how do you do on the cornhole? You all right with the?
No, I don't play that.
No?
I don't play that.
That's
I play the fishing cornhole.
That's what's up. So what do you got? What any specials you got going on?
So yeah, we got some. We got a charter business that takes 4 people out. So it's a private charter, and then so it's 4 people, and then we got a 10% off for this month. So you could book the trip on any given day, any month, but you have to book it this month. And it's an expo pricing, right? So like 10% and whatnot. And then if you also get 3 charters, you get a half day off for free.
It's pretty neat.
Yeah, it's pretty cool.
So those intimate, smaller groups, we like to talk about that. We talked about that with Fred Clinshaw, but that's freshwater. Do you provide the gear for them on the trip, or is it they bring your own?
Mine's a little different. So a lot of it is all white glove stuff. So everything's provided for. So the captain, the deckhand, me, myself, which would be the deckhand and the captain.
Yeah.
I pretty much do everything for them. So anything from baiting the hooks to putting a hook on the line itself and lobbing it out, getting the best chance quality that the customer can get. That's basically what we're dealing with. And yeah,
That's good.
definitely having customers that don't know how to do any of that stuff, they get kind of like, wary about how to do it and how to go about doing that.
Oh, I dig that. We're guppies, man. We do a lot of that teaching, so that's good to hear more intel. I don't mean to jump in on you, but I just want you to know I understand. We understand the importance of that.
Yeah, it's definitely for other people too, like an older gentleman that basically can't see something, so they can't tie and they have arthritic hands, and it's a lot easier to it's a trip that is very memorable.
Yeah.
Because I'm going to get them on some good quality fish, and I'm pretty much the only guy that I'm going to be doing everything for them, from filleting the fish to getting them to the fishing spots. And the boat's really quick too, we cruise around 20, 25. Yeah, it goes and goes. So it gives you more fishing time too.
What made you want to start your own?
It's all about memories, man. We're always on this phone,
That's my office.
but you definitely got to bring some family members, friends, and then they're not stuck on this phone, right? So,
Unless you're taking pictures of the islands, or
absolutely.
filming dolphins swim along,
Absolutely.
or whales, or
There's so much
catching your
going
memories on your phone as well too.
Yeah, so much going on the water.
Because you were a graphics designer. Was that
I
what you
am.
did before?
I am,
Or is it
yeah.
just, yeah?
Yeah, so graphic designing was my pretty much what my day-to-day operation is for any kind of business that I was working for. So, progressively gone from that to like marketing director for Harley and, for the local motorcycle dealerships. And that's grown to like 4 dealerships. And I still work for them, but I do this predominantly whenever I get a charter. So, during COVID and all that stuff, I had to look for something that basically kind of like tied together
to what I like and my passion is to go fishing, and take fishing and in perspective, but also involve other people involved in it.
You know, your design on your cap?
Correct.
I like it a lot. Very impressive.
You know, he sent me a couple of he did his R&D. He sent it out to ask people, and I was fortunate to be one of the people that he asked, like, what do you think of this? What do you think of my setup? And I was like, yeah, that's dope. Like, he just out here trying to show off to everybody, right? Like, we just got to pop, like, make a brother feel insecure about his own. his own. I got a regular white big 5 canopy, you know what I mean? And then he has his whole. But again, that's his marketing mind going into work where he takes his talent and his ability and puts it in what he loves to do. And you can see it. One quick thing I wanted to jump in when you said the Harley. I went to the summit, and one of the guys that was there talking was from Harley. And he made this quote that Harley says, you'll be a professional by noon. Mm-hmm. And we say that on the boat. I tell people that now. You'll be a pro by 10 or at the Guppy program. Right. Because what they do is put together a clinic on certain days of the month, the people that bought bikes, and you all get to meet together and learn how to ride together. Mm-hmm. And now you have a community of people. Again, Harley is from biker gangs to dentists to doctors to regular people, and how they would get together and they would teach them safety. And I remember in branding, dude, he's like, you think I remember him I was just in awe of him. You have tattoos. And so the Harley brand and the name of what they develop and what they did is kind of wrapped into what you do in our fishing community of what we do.
Right. It's a bunch of synergy to go with that.
Ooh, synergy. I'm still in that one. I don't use that word enough. So when you do that part, how fun is it to you to watch people catch that memory or their first, how neat is that to help people, create those memories that last a lifetime? For you personally?
It definitely brings back my first catch, right? And that's something that's so memorable. You can't put a price to it.
It's priceless. A lot of people say that on the boat. Well, you know how much it costs? I'm like, it's like the Visa commercial. Mm-hmm. Catching a fish with my kid at the Channel Islands, priceless.
Yeah, it don't matter what the catch is, really.
It doesn't.
It really doesn't.
That's it. Right?
He goes right onto the hook, and you get that feeling that something's on there. You reel it in. It's like a lotto ticket, right?
Yeah.
You have no idea what it's on there.
When we pull the crab nets, I tell them it's like a treasure chest. The kids love it because you never know what's going to be inside that. We got loud music, trains, planes, automobiles, because we out here at our makeshift studio here that we put together because it's so loud inside with how many people are attending. What I was going to say is that the angler, sometimes when you're on sport boats or you go out, there's an expectation of what you think you should catch because of what you paid for or what's a worth quality catching. But first timers, man, it could be a jacksmelt. It could be a blue perch. They're just happy, right? So you get to get more of that experience than dealing with again, big game hunters only, which I'm sure you could, hey, let's go fish yellows or sea bass or something. But that first memory, that catch, right? It's pretty to be a part of that memory.
It's amazing. So, I got a client right now that just came by my booth, and we were just talking about, they were just reminiscing the day that I took them. They were like all inspired about how I got them to the fish. And, long story short, got them a halibut that they're looking for. And then at the end, we went rock fishing, right? And then the rock fishing, I blew up, and it was a starry like this big. And I've never seen a starry this big. It was like one of those things, the moments that the minute I saw it, it's like, dude, this is a record right here. And everyone was busting up laughing because they all thought I was joking, right?
Right.
And I'm like, I'm not joking. This is for real. We're gonna go weigh it at the scale, right? We go to the IGFA scale at Cisco's, and next thing you know, they thought I was joking around, and they're like, "Oh, this guy's really serious, like serious." And then they were like, "Oh yeah, let's scale it. So they all jumped into that seriousness afterwards, And sure enough, we were actually half an ounce off from the record.
Wow.
Yeah, and that was like a highlight of my moment, like trying to give them an impression that, hey, you know what, I'm professional and I definitely have something to offer and stuff like that. And
see how excited you get, as many as you've caught, and you don't never lose that bug either, right?
I never do, dude. I never do.
I hope you never do. We should never do it. That's why when we take adults out, there's a kid in all of us in tinkering and still catching, landing a fish that still gets you just as excited. You never want to lose that as an angler, man.
Right.
So what other big stories you got coming? You got any trips coming up, or the biggest fish that you caught on your boat so far up to this point? Or
we've done a few trips this year. Nothing spectacular, but regional rockfish. It's getting geared up for the better season. I see a lot of bellas on the water, so that's a good sign for having good offshore season. And
look at him speaking this captain language now. Look at him speaking that captain lingo, knowing your thing. What is it like? Just paint this picture, right? What time do you leave in the morning? I seen you at the bait dock when I baited you up and I was selling chovies off the bait dock.
Right.
So
my earliest is at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I come back around 3. And I do have an extended trips, and it starts from 5 and ends at 4. And from that whole gamut of timeline, we have a half day, we have a 3/4 day, we have a full day, and full day extended. So visit my website.
Yeah, fill that out there. We got a little time. Go ahead, get that in there.
Yeah, please.
GraphicSlayerSportFishing.com. And then my newest one is IlluminatiSportFishing.com. And definitely take a look at those websites.
So what's it when you leave, right? And you get your bait and it's dark.
Yeah.
And then watching that sun come up off of the ocean and you're cruising out there in that boat. What's that like? Incredible feeling of just so people know the memory besides the catching the fish. What's it like watching that sun come up on your boat, driving people out to catch to get going for your day?
It just drives me to go to the next day, the next level. Sometimes I go back into the ocean and try to look for bait and stuff like that. And the bait we're looking for is the candy bar bait. That's the squid.
Yeah.
Right. I have the glow lights and stuff like that. And usually I do have a crew trip that I don't tell and discuss with people, but just among my friends. And we take them out, and then we go make bait. And that's kind of like how I get my candy bars.
That's cool, man.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I don't, even if I'm cooking in the galley or every time I've been to the Channel Islands, man, there's just something that's just so neat about being out there on those big islands, man, and the cliffs, you know what I mean, and the sides
it's
of
American Galapagos Island, dude. It is,
yeah,
by far. And that's the reason why I am a boat captain, for that reason.
God, you hear that? It's neat, man. How old are you now?
I'm 46.
And again, there's that kid inside of us, dude, man, as we get older, and that we just like love to do, and just the sickening part of us. Again, you helped us with our guppy day, right? I think it was a Girl Scout trip, and just watching people that we just get an enjoyment out of the water, the ocean that we love, watching therapy. People catching, it's pure therapy. And like you said, just where we live out in the region makes it incredible, and making again, because some days it gets frustrating. And what you got to do when building from the ground up, and something's got to make you want to keep sticking at it, right? Than just, trying to find an easier path or a career that you had versus sticking this out. There's got to be a gears in us that just make us love it.
Absolutely.
I love this forklift driver is trying to be so careful when he goes by us. He's trying not to shake and make noise. I appreciate that, but it's just funny to watch him being all gentle.
Yeah. You see him start to creep down and slow down right here in behalf of us. Anything else you want to add, man? You got about 2 minutes.
Give us the website again, especially when the noise stops.
Yeah, no problem. It's GraphicSlayerSportFishing.com, and it's a 4-pack charter. Anything from a half day to a full day extended.
So if you're an amateur, if you're a professional, you want to beat the crowds and give it a try and intimate, and you need that help, that one-on-one, these are where we recommend for stuff like that. If you don't want to fish with 30 people on the weekend, you got the finances, but you need the help, or you're a pro and you want to, again, it's cool that we have these different types of outfitters out here in our backyard.
Or even just a family fun with their friends and maybe their kids. It's all around fun.
There it is, right?
Catching, not fishing.
Yeah. What about the graphics? Is there a website that you do?
No, actually, I'm kind of diverting myself away from that. I've been doing that for 20 plus years.
Yeah.
So definitely the fishing aspect of it is where I'm trying to focus towards. But I was paying my homage for that kind of work that I've done. That's the reason why it's called Graphic Slayer.
Very nice.
So graphic could be like blood on the deck, or it could be just the actual graphic parts of doing the artsy fartsy kind of stuff, right? And then the Slayer's slaying the fish. So,
Slayer. All right, Slayer. All right, I got to get on to our next guest, man. Cool. Thanks for stopping by. We'll send this to you. I tagged you on the gram. We'll keep it moving, man. Thank you so much, man. Take care. All the best, brother. Have a great show.
You too, buddy.
Cool, man. All right, Scotty's going to take over the table again. I believe next is the detailed chicks. Do you have our list, or do I have it?
You must have it.
All right, I do have it right here.
So he's got it.
All right, so Scotty, step in. Tell me what you've been seeing. The food smells good. Actually, I need the jerky guy.
Oh, okay. So now we're getting the jerky guy. I was wrong because obviously it was Big Willie, who we interviewed a couple of weeks ago, not Willie the jerky guy. Don't know the jerky guy's name, but that was very interesting. So that was Graphic Slayer, sportfishing.com. Check them out online. JT is the captain. I met him first today. He was the first interviewee that I met when I came today, and it was my first time meeting him, of course. That sounds very interesting. I like what he said about helping people, perhaps seniors who can't bait their hooks, etc. And he does all that for them, fillets for them. It gives them an opportunity to, a lot of people have loved fishing their entire life, and they can't because they have various problems with their arthritis, as he said, and other things. But this still gives them a chance to get out on a boat and do that fishing. So that was a really cool angle I liked. Now, Kevin did say he's going to go get the jerky guy, and so hopefully he'll bring some jerky if we're any luck. Hopefully also brings his little mascot, because there's been a lot of talk about the mascot, the little doggy that he's got with him. And it's many changes of outfits. So we'll see if it has as many as Lady Gaga. As I said earlier, I don't know. It is now about 1:45 here. The day is still going well, as you heard from Big Willie. It's got pretty busy, and he's doing pretty well out here with his XXX blood bait lure, whatever it is. Attractant, that's the right word. It's fun to see Big Willie again. He's a bit of a character and a great guy. And it was, I thought it was the jerky guy. It is not the jerky guy. Should be on his way here soon. So the show continues tomorrow, May 5th. It's going to be all day, and tickets are available. You heard Big Willie. If you can find Big Willie's website, you can get free tickets from him and come on down to the show. It's $15 at the gate if you don't have free tickets, which is a bargain considering everything that you see down here. It's pretty impressive what's going on. And we'll be back here with Kevin here in just a matter of moments. He'll be showing up here. Again, I want to apologize for the ambient noise. I know there's quite a bit of it. We've got the Mighty Axe next door, which is fun to watch. As a matter of fact, let's see if we can get some Mighty Axe action over there. There's the Mighty Axe. You can see them in there throwing the axe. That's a lot of fun if you haven't done it. They've got locations in Thousand Oaks, and I believe also in Oxnard now is their new location. And also, we got some wind blowing. We had a train go by. The forklift went by a few minutes ago. These are all people who have got jobs to do, and they're getting them done, but it doesn't help us with our ambient noise. So I do apologize for that. Our sound quality may not be up to snuff. In strangely other news, I will be purchasing a new microphone here in a couple of weeks to try on this podcast to see if we can get some better sound quality all the way through, which I think we'll be able to. Still just waiting around for Kevin. Again, the show continues tomorrow, Sunday, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. And we will, and now here comes the jerky guy, and he's brought the dog.
All right, here we come. All right. This is Scotty right here, our engineer. Going up seats right here, fellas. Don't be shy. Step right up. Have a seat. We've heard so many compliments about your dog, man.
Thank you.
So there you are on here. Okay, we got SoCal Jerky, right?
Yeah.
That's right. And we got Ace is in the mix. Who's gonna do the talking today? And Fred Jr. And what's the dog's name? Fisher.
Hi, Fisher.
So I've been watching this kid right here rock his he's got the gift of gap too, like Kev. I've seen him, hustling it. I thought it was, I don't know if it is your business or not. I'll let you explain more of that. We kind of just shake hands and talk, as much as times we run into each other. I don't know the full backstory. So if you guys want to start right there, introduce yourself and give some of your backstory, man. Go ahead. You guys got the camera.
Yeah, well, I'm Ace Morales, and this is my dad, and we work SoCal Jerky.
Yeah, for sure. We're a small business out of Santa Paula, brother, and we're 805 born and raised. And the reason why we started our jerky business is we really like jerky. And so we decided to share our passion for what we've learned to do with everybody else and be part of what's been going on in Ventura. So.
Does your dog have a badge on too?
He got that Ranger.
No, the badge. Like he got one of these. He's a vendor.
He does.
Oh, yeah. and he got the Guthrie Ranger badge.
The vendor badge.
Nice. I just seen a danger right there. These are good, like Flavor Flav, but I was saying with like these badges.
Oh yeah, they're legit. Yeah, Adam spared to nothing when it came to the badges.
How's the show going for you guys?
Great, yeah. A lot of new people, meeting a lot of new people, and
Talk a little louder because we're outside. And you can talk a little louder, Ace.
making new connections with people. It's nice. It's nice. Having fun.
That's good, man. And you?
It's our first fishing show like this, so it's kind of mind blowing to see what goes on in something like this behind the scenes, and then also as somebody looking out to go buy something, it's kind of crazy the options you have at an event like this. So I feel blessed, man. I feel super blessed to have the opportunity to be here. I feel super blessed to have met Kevin and the crew, and to know that there's people out there like him working for the kids to better them. You know, Ace is a special unit, so I know he could still use some kind of mentorship from Kevin like this, but I feel like with Kevin's work and what he does, a lot of more kids have an opportunity to come out and do stuff like Ace and feel confident and have their business. And so we just kind of share a little bit of everything that we do. It's our family business. I have a full-time job. We own a salon, and we do this together. So it's kind of a special deal for us, not just selling some beef.
Yeah. You know, it's cool because myself, Community Kev, my first employees were Kevin Jr. and Alexis and Unique were my cousins. You know, it was a family business. We're still a family business, you know, and the importance of that. I mean, this American dream, the American tradition of coming here and owning something, being developed, is important, man. And I think right now there's an era of creativity and design that I think the world went through. Academics is the best way to be, you know, to make an imprint here when it's not always academically, man. There's other businesses. Inventors have been doing this for so long. It's free to come along and invent something and work hard at it and continue to go at it, man. That's exciting and fun.
Yeah, definitely.
Keep going. I'm going to tag you in this Instagram post right now. What else you guys got?
So how many flavors you bring?
7.
7 different flavors. What are they?
Lemon chili, teriyaki pepper habanero, sticky racha, teriyaki pineapple, and sticky barbecue, and dad bags.
Dad bags? What's that?
It's a mixture of everything.
The taste of all.
Yeah, it's our new bag.
Yeah. Marshall was dying. Whatever spicy one you put in that dad bag yesterday and gave to Marshall, and he kept eating it. Because look at, I tell you, if you go to our little guppy books, it says bring snacks. When you go fishing, you need your pork skins, your pork rinds. I'm a baconette kind of guy. I love baconettes, and sunflower seeds and beef jerky, man. Oh, yeah. It's mandatory to have. Or hiking and stuff. So what do you recommend? You guys in tackle shops, or you guys just only online? How do people find you? You go on retail? How big are you trying to go, man?
Trying to go big for sure. But the stores stuff is a him question right here.
Yeah, well, I think we've been blessed enough to be able to sell out what we can make during the week. We make our jerky weekly. Yeah. We try not to make something that we can stock and store and wait for somebody to buy. We kind of prefer them to get it fresh. So it works out best for us if we stick with our markets, our vending markets. We're at the Santa Paula Farmers Market. We're at Santa Paula, the street festival that Santa Paula does. We're at Santa Paula Cruise Nights. But we're trying to reach out back to the Ventura area, Oxnard, to kind of show some love to the people who have been showing love for us because they travel to us. So we want to break out there. As far as stores, I think where we're at now, I think we're comfortable for now because we have the right team to fulfill the orders that we have. But the dream is big. That's what I want to tell them, that the dream is big. My dad's always taught us. My dad's a big believer in small businesses, entrepreneurship.
And he's a big believer.
He runs a great organization, the AIM program, which kind of mentored all of us as kids to do what we do. And I'm trying to share this with him, is to not just be in your markets, but be all over the place. You can affect and bless more people if you're in more areas. So comfortable, yes. Goals are, we want to go big. We want to be Ventura County's jerky. We want to be Southern California's jerky, and we want to be in Dodger Stadium.
And the world's jerky. You got to have them big goals and them big dreams, man. Dream that big, man. I see all your little that you carry those things. I got my cross on my arm too. I don't take it off either. Yeah. And you got to have a lot of faith, man. And there's nothing wrong with dreaming and believing, man, and going after it, the reason, the way your approach sounds perfect. I always, when are you going to go big? Like, you could be regional, man, and be successful. Mm-hmm. And then you can gradually grow from there. But there's some success just being regionally without as much, there's a lot that comes with it, right? I'm sure you got inventory and bags and a lot of stuff that go with it to grow at a proper pace regionally and develop that, and then let it go from there, man. So it sounds like you guys have an incredible plan already, you know. Which we had to talk to another guy. Sometimes people want to bite off more than they can chew.
Yeah.
Especially in jerky. Yesterday I took a big old mouthful, and Dr. Ray came to take a picture, and I had that one new bag you gave me. Was it the Dad barbecue or sticky barbecue? I had a mouthful of more than I could chew, and I was hungry. I stuffed it in and I just take a video. So that was kind of like a jerky joke more than you can chew.
No, I get it. I get it, man.
But I would love to work with you guys more, man. I know we talk about it, man. We're doing a business development part as part of our Guppy program, it's more of a Real Angler network. So, you know, I'm the Guppies, but my business development part of building my brand, Real Angler Network, we're going to be doing more of that teaching at our learning center.
Love it.
So you'd be one of the businesses, man. We'd love to for some, I love your dad. He loves, you know, he's a servant with the line. I don't mean to go that way, but all I'm saying is I've seen where you guys come from and what you guys do, that I'd love to work with you guys, man, as best as we can.
Yeah, definitely, man. You've been a dream of ours. When I met you, it was kind of like, it was something that we always thought about and something that we always had a heart for. And we were doing it at such a small scale, and it was such a blessing to do it on the pier with 4 or 5 of our rods, and letting travelers that didn't have the opportunity to bring their rods to Ventura County, or locals who might be, you know, promised a pier trip after a good grades and they've never been to the pier, allowing them to fish. And then we were praying, like, allow us to be part of or have something like this. And it wasn't our thing to capture. Our thing to capture was jerky, and allow us to help other people who are doing it and killing it, like Kevin, and help them that way. And the Lord's like, hey man, this is the route for you. And I met him like the day after, really thinking like, how can we make this happen with these kids? We had a wagon with 5 kids that we threw in the back of my truck. We picked them all up in the morning. We threw them all in the back of my truck with the pier wagon and a hoop net, and we went and had a great time. And we were talking about it, and here comes Kevin with his crew, super chill, got gear for all the kids, and I was like, wow, we want to get behind that. So that's why we haven't connected fully, but we've never left each other. And I'm like, man, I can't, you know.
He left his bags in our in our harbor. I opened it. You only come to the shop and you got bags of jerky. That's how you get into my door. You open up the little gate and there's bags of beef jerky. Yeah,
you want to go visit? Yeah, we try to catch you when we can.
Yeah, but that's good that you're busy, man. That you're staying moving, and I'm glad to end up in your testimonial, man. That's neat. But I've seen, again, Ace, when you would do you're on the right track. You're doing it. You know what I mean? I see your videos and the weight dog. You're sharp with it. You know what I mean? And that's so people are gonna buy into that hustle that you have already. So you're gonna have 3 types of people backing you up, right? Your core people, your insiders, right? People that don't know you, and then people that are, hey, little man's out here selling lemonade. I just want to back up his hustle, man. And those things will keep you doing it the next day. Why am I doing this? Or, you know, it's hard, or I didn't know that part yet, or something happened, because it's just going to happen. There's valleys, peaks and valleys, right? But your guys are on super the right track, man. And you doing, I love your videos, man. What do you got for, you jump in there, man. What do you got? What's your newest, latest something? If you got up and put you on the spot, but I was watching your stories of you just naturally flowing on camera, man.
Yeah, no, it's cool. I mean, I like it. It's honestly fun. It's not easy. You got to know what you're doing.
Hey Kevin, why aren't you fishing?
Because I'm filming a podcast right now. You're in the podcast. Look. That's how we got a live studio audience right here, bro, on the side of the San Miguel booth hangar right here. And you know, those are some of our supporters right there. The Mondays Club that help the Guppies do their thing. There's Helen and her husband. They help out Mission Fish. So, again, this is all part of the family right here, man. You pull up, look, they pull up VIP in our studio audience. But go ahead. What are you saying about how fun it is and how hard? Just so any other youngster or any grown-up that are listening, man, bring it from your heart, man.
Yeah, no, it's fun. Genuinely, it's fun. But it sometimes gets frustrated and it gets hard. There's times where you don't want to do it, and there's times where you're like, let's just do this. But you can't really do it without Jesus.
Woo! Say it one more time.
You can't really do it without Jesus. It's hard to. Trust me. When I was little, I mean, my life was centered around baseball, and now it's kind of calmed down. So I've been having more time with Jesus. So it's nice to pray throughout your day and know what you're going to do next. So, yeah.
Man, we prayed, man. I got an award yesterday at the university, and I didn't want to write down what I wanted to say until the morning of, because I had to pray to God. Like, what do you want me to say? How do I get up there and not take all the... I went to a humility Bible study, and, you know, I'm working on my own humility and my own ego and stuff that comes with as much power as I'm being given and being led to lead others, right? And how do I not start just taking all that in and being like, oh, look at me, I'm Kev. Oh, everybody loves me, to be humility. So I waited to the day of and just kept praying on it, man. Like, what do you want me to say? How do I glorify you in this? Because our organization is prayer and bubblegum. We're a blessing. I got all that gear. How? People like these that show up. How are you? I'm going to tow your car.
Nice to meet you.
Right? He's got to make our likes go up. All right, so we got another minute, man. Where could they find you? Send it out. You know, anything you want, anything you got. You got the last minute, man. Anything you can, anywhere you want to say, you got the last minute, Ace.
We got us some SoCal jerky for Instagram right there, and you'll see this guy.
Look at him.
This big old dog right here.
Look at him. Cool as hell.
Yeah.
You know, I want to get a picture with the dog too. I ain't gonna lie.
He's always geared up.
What else? You hold the dog up one more time. Hell yeah, that's cool, man.
That dog poses.
Oh, I lost it. One more time. Sorry, one more time. That's awesome, man. Last thing, anything you want to add?
Yeah, man, just find us on Instagram with SoCal Jerky. You'll see the dog in all his costumes. We dress him up so we can make people's day and make people laugh, and he's cool with it. So, yeah, find us in Santa Paula, Ventura County. Look out for us, though. We'll be there. We'll be throughout every single liquor store. And we've already got those green lights, so we're coming after you, Ventura County, in a good way. We want to be part of what's going on here. We want to be part of all this cool stuff. We don't want to be left behind in all the coolness. So look out for us. We'll be there. And all, yeah,
I ain't got nothing to say.
If you got any military, always on our heart. I couldn't go out and do it, but it doesn't mean that we can't support them. So Ace and I, you guys got families, friends, brothers, husbands, cousins. Reach out to us when you're shipping stuff out to them. Let us know. We'll get something good to ship to them with you guys. So we got a big heart for that. So thank you, military families and friends of them that is, support them while they're out there, man. It's super cool.
Very nice. Fantastic. All right, man. The detail chicks are waiting on the sideline. Let them get in so they can get back to their booth. So, man,
thank you.
Thank you for the
Thank you,
kind
Kevin.
words, man. Bring it in, Eddie. Bring it in, man. Woo! Thanks,
Thanks,
Appreciate
Ace.
it. Here, man.
Thank you, man.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate
Good
you.
to meet you.
That's awesome, man.
Bye, doggy.
Yeah, man. We'll talk, man.
Yes,
For
sir.
sure, man. We'll get some lunch. So we'll sit down and eat.
Yeah,
We'll break
yeah.
bread together. Uh-oh, who this is? How big are the hoops? Oh, she got the big ones on. Hoop, there it is. She got the big hoops on. Come on in. We got our little studio right here. Come on inside. Good morning. How are you? Where are the Twinkies? Where are the Twinkies at?
I'll go get you one right now.
You throw machetes now?
Yeah.
Oh, man. I get mine for that.
Sorry. Have a seat. Have a seat.
I'm Scott, by the way. Nice to meet you guys.
Nice to meet you. Hi, how are you?
This is Scotty.
Hi, Scotty. Here.
I took a shower today.
Yeah.
My lady
Smells
told me,
good.
you stink. You need to take a shower. So anyway, we all in there? Hold on, back it up a little bit more, Scotty. Just a little bit. There we go. All right. So we have the detail chicks. I'll let you guys introduce yourself. They detailed my ride when I was a baller. They've been a little slow, but I do got the after spray that I got on the door in there. Look at the rhinos right here.
Yeah,
Nice and polished stuff.
right.
So-
Yes, he's been an amazing supporter. So we're happy
Yeah,
to be here and
so
supporting
real
him
quick,
as well.
real quick. We met in the Millionaires Club.
Yes.
And they came in to be a millionaires with us on Wednesdays before I had to do more domestic things. But I remember when you came in and I would just see you ready to study, like ready to go. And I would just go over there and chop it up with you because I know it's like to be a new person in a room. And that's why to kind of make you feel comfortable, but also share whatever wisdom or knowledge I could give you like one at a time because I don't try to give you too much game. But
Yeah, too much information.
anyway, but go ahead and introduce yourself. Enough about me.
Karina,
I'm Adriana.
and we are the Detail Chicks.
Yes.
So we have a mobile auto detailing company.
Here in Oxnard.
Women owned, women operated, and we are professionals, meaning we do all sorts of services, starting with deep interior cleans, which includes
Steam sanitizing.
steam sanitizing with high grade
Commercial grade.
machine. Yes.
Don't let the camera scare you. You see it. I can see you now. Relax. Just relax. Just sit back. Yeah, sit back and relax. You're in the studio. You're in the Ugio. Oh. Yeah, there you go.
Anyway,
Just relax. There you go.
We do engine bay cleaning. We do
Exterior, we do paint correction, we do polishing, hand waxing, we do
ceramic
it all,
coating,
ceramic coating.
which is the new. Well, it's not really the new thing, but it's the hot thing right now, and the most protection that you can actually add to your car.
How'd you guys get into this?
Oh gosh.
As a fluke, a little bit. She had just moved here from Fresno. It just happened to be during the pandemic. And she had been a long time fitness coach for the elementary and Well, junior high and high school school districts. You couldn't get a job at that time, especially PE.
Yeah.
So she says, well, I can detail cars.
I did it as a hobby.
Oh.
So I decided.
Hey, if you turn your hobby into your hustle, raise your hand.
That's right. That's right. That's right. And I have a friend in the LA area who's a detailer, and he told me, hey, why don't you, we need help with detailing. Why don't you come join the team? I said,
Yeah.
you know what? I'm going to give that a try. And we did, and we're working in Beverly Hills with high-end vehicles, beautiful cars, but we had to commute every single day from Oxnard to Beverly Hills.
That's a drive.
It's a drive.
It's a drive. And we were also working for a mobile app, which, the return that we were getting was pennies in comparison to what they were charging. And everybody kept calling the company, even though you would get random people whenever you book the service. They would always call the company and say, can you send the girl that came last time? Because I think attention to detail, which is their slogan, is a woman's sixth sense. We just go above and beyond naturally. It's just instinct. It's just something we have to do.
That's a quality.
We kind of
call it a quality.
Exactly. And I have to kind of pry her away sometimes from doing something because she will sit there and vacuum for like longer than necessary.
They did my car for like 2 hours. I thought they were done. You know what I'm saying? And they came out, and it wasn't like you know what I mean? Like I just thought, Jesus, that's they get every crime. No, seriously, you know what I mean? Like I'm not gonna lie.
Well, it's a luxury service, so the prices are they're not cheap, but you do get what you pay for. We pay close attention to all the things that haven't been cleaned in a long time. You're in your car every day, various hours a day.
And even under the hood and stuff, you guys got like all the leaves. I remember I had leaves under my tree for parking under the tree, and they were gone.
Yeah, there's a study out there that they say we spend as much time, if not more, in our car than we do in our home.
Yeah,
and so it's important to really get in there and clean it and take care of it because that's something that you've also invested in.
And you look good. If you got your car, there's something about it too, man. When your car it drives better when it's clean. And I swear, I just did mine because we had the rain and stuff, so I've been preventing it. But I know when I
if you have children, if you have pets, it's just extra stuff for us to clean. What if you're gonna go on a date? You want to impress your girl, right? Make sure it's nice and clean.
So what are some of your prices? Like, give me just a range.
Okay, our most popular Kardashian. It's called the Kardashian.
Wow, that's a good name. Right there.
The Kardashian. And it basically includes a deep interior along with leather cleaning and protection of its got leather seats.
We steam sanitize
it. Exterior.
We'll clay bar it. So we'll remove any embedded contaminants that are stuck on the paint.
Oh, nice.
So we remove it, which makes it nice and slick, and then we protect it. We add a 6-month sealant.
Yeah, and which we carry now under our own brand.
Ooh, look at that. They branded now, baby.
Yes.
They branded now.
It's called Liquid Gold, and it is exactly just that. So anybody who just doesn't want to call a detailer, or it may be a little expensive, but they just enjoy washing their own car, and they can just purchase that product. $20, right?
I got it.
And 3 little squirts on a microfiber towel right after you either run it through the car wash, which I don't suggest, but if that's what you do, and you still want to protect it, you add some of that, and it makes it nice and shiny. And it protects the windows, especially during the rain.
What does that run for?
$20.
No. Did you set the price for that Kardashian one?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, so the Kardashian.
Sedan start at $300.
Okay.
And small SUV will be $350, and up to larger vehicles, it should be about $500. Yeah.
They gave me love then. They gave me love.
We gave you love. Yes, we did.
Yeah, they did. And I think we gave us one of those for our fundraiser last year. One of the selling ones.
Good prize, yeah.
I'm a bid on it. If you get another one, I'm a bid on it myself this year. But
that's right.
Yeah.
We would love.
Yeah. See, I did that little setup for us.
Yeah.
But
well, the best comment that we get after we're done with a car, and we've done in Kardashian, is it looks better than when I bought it, and that to us means a lot. And obviously, the client feels like they got their money's worth.
I can't lie. When you did mine, like I was extra special sketchy on how I ate or did anything in the car. You know what I mean? Yeah, man. And it's just a trip on how you help create a standard for, I think, a car owner, right?
Yeah,
Like
of
that's
course.
you know what I mean? Like, and then do you ever have people that, okay, let's tell a little, keep it cool too. You ever find like awkward stuff in a car? You're like, oh, hey, I found. Oh,
that we found.
But you know, I always say
you have a
that
box stuff.
We save it for them.
Oh, you do?
the car is like Las Vegas. What happens there stays
Ah.
And if you don't want anybody else to find it, hire us because we'll find it.
You hear that?
Oh yeah, we found some diamond earrings. We found.
Are
some-
those mine? Honey, we found your wife's diamond earrings.
But
You're
we
like,
returned
it, of course. This is
But-
all
no,
stuff
I
that
mean
we-
to the husband and the wife's like, hey, those ain't anyway. I don't want to go that
we
route.
found a joint. We found
Oh.
underwear.
underwear, used underwear, thongs.
How long do those McDonald's fries last back there?
Oh
You
my
find like a
God,
7-year-old
forever.
McDonald's fry?
Oh yeah, and it's still there, fresh, looking
Yeah,
at you
fresh
like.
It's still good. I mean,
Really? No ketchup needed.
yeah.
Yeah.
So that's it, right? So you're trustworthy, right? Like you said, to let people know. I don't know if anybody thinks about that, like who do I let in my vehicle and what's going on.
Yeah.
And
all the
I
time.
that's
think
important.
that's very important. We're already pretty well known in the community. I want to say we have a lot of reviews online. That's one of the services or one of the qualities that I think you get when you hire us. Not necessarily because we're women, or maybe because we're women, other women feel comfortable hiring us, and maybe you feel comfortable also sending me to your mother's house because you know that I'm going to be extra careful and maybe a little bit easier to talk to if they have questions about their vehicle. A lot of women might feel intimidated sometimes asking a man about car care. I think with us they feel really comfortable. They ask us the questions. Our customers,
You don't have to see us either.
yeah, and that's the other thing. You don't want to see us. The convenience of our service is, hey, I left my car unlocked for you. Do your thing. I'll pay you through Zelle or with my credit card, and you never saw us. Which is, essentially saving you time and
Time,
so
money,
you can
hey,
spend it when you want to.
Things you don't get back is your time, right? So time,
Absolutely.
quality, investment in your vehicle, trust. Those are the things that I'm hearing coming from you. So overall at this show, now that you guys are transitioning in, and I've seen you guys tackling some big trucks. About 5 minutes, Rick. Yeah, about 5 minutes. Okay. All right, I'll grab you.
Yeah.
You said next guy. But that you guys are expanding. So let's talk a little bit about the show and getting in from just cars and details to RVs and things like that. Go ahead and give people a little bit more of your portfolio.
Yeah, so we've done a couple boats already, and we'd love to do even more boats. So we have a popular detail and
boat detailing package
detailing.
starts at
Detail
20
chicks. One more time if you're listening. Detail chicks. Detail chicks. Detail chicks. All right.
Easy to remember. People call us the Dixie Chicks all the time.
That's fine. That works as long as you remember us.
Yeah, detail chicks. And we have a boat, popular wash. It's a wash and wax detail. And it's basically just doing the same thing that we do to a car.
It starts at $25 a foot. It includes a wash, non-skid cleaning, vinyl seat cleaning, mold and mildew removal if needed, bright work, waxing by hand, hull cleaning, removal of orange stain, and of course spray on a sealant to protect it.
Go ahead and hold that up to the camera so people can
Yes.
see that. There you go.
You can find it on our website as well, detailchicks.com. If you're into boat detailing, give us a call.
RVs too? Do you guys do RVs?
RVs, and we've even done airplanes.
Small little.
I'm trying to get me an airplane, man. I'm working on trying to get me an airplane.
We did one that was in that movie. What's it called?
Dunkirk.
Yeah, it was.
Oh, really?
Yeah, we did that. We
detailed it.
So no big too small, no job too big.
No.
All she does is she puts them big hoops in.
Yeah.
You see these
that's
hoops right here?
And then I stand on top of them.
And what
These
up?
are my superpowers.
And then Greg's here too with his rentals. There we go.
Greg Grant's in the house, folks.
What up,
How you
Greg?
doing?
Good. Party crasher. What up?
Yeah, so that's what we do, everybody. Call us. We're local. We're trustworthy, like as you said. Anytime you text us, you're talking to either one of us. We return all our texts personally. Our reviews online say it all.
And they are Guppy supporters, man. So if you want to support those that support us, if you want to help out getting smaller businesses or entrepreneurship or people trying to we creators, we talk about create their own business, their own brand. One thing about that pandemic, I think it shifted a lot of people, man, to go after their job, their dreams again, which America needs, because just go to work. People don't like work. They like to be, and I'm sure you get some kind of, honestly, I'm sure when you guys step back and look at the stuff you do, you take like that's our like you know what I mean?
Yeah,
like there's a
that's my
sense,
baby.
yeah, there's a sense of like
Absolutely.
it's like it's like a chef
You're
preparing
growing it.
this big ass buffet, right? And you see all that. That's like your masterpiece.
Oh yeah, we protect our brand above everything. So we always tell our clients if there's something we missed, you let
You're
us
not
know.
happy,
Give us a call. We'll come back and we'll fix it.
Hear that?
Yeah.
Detail chicks, detail chicks,
I
detail
will
chicks.
say that I knew about you before I knew that Kevin knew you.
Ah, okay.
And your reputation preceded you because I was looking at the reviews and you're stellar is the word for it. People just love you guys.
Yeah.
And I need my truck detailed, so I'll be in touch.
Just give us a call.
I will.
Absolutely.
Remember, it's
We'll
not
take care of
clean
you.
unless it's detail chicks clean.
I love it. Right. Hey, you know why? Because guys, it's funny. Guys straighten up by some guys, females clean up, right? Like I'll just move some stuff around.
Right.
And versus getting those little details, like you said, man.
Yeah.
So, and that's just honest facts. That ain't sexism or none of that type of. I mean, there's a few guys that are doing it, but
It's
yeah,
a gift we're born with.
hey, I'll squish
It
all the
really is.
spiders, man. You take care of the crumbs, I'll get the spiders. I'll tackle the burglar. I don't
We
care.
even get the spiders.
Give me a hug.
Oh, it was great. Thank you so much for inviting us.
All right.
Thank you.
Thanks so much. Nice
It
meeting
was
you.
a pleasure meeting you.
Thank you so much.
We're gonna go get Rick from Fishing Syndicate, and that's gonna be a wrap for the day right here. Scotty, great
Sounds
job.
good. I got my All right, so there goes the Detail Chicks, detailchicks.com. I'm serious. I'm going to call them because my truck needs to be detailed. I drove it to work for 14 years and ate lunch in it every single day. I had it detailed once and it needs it again. So I'm going to go to detailchicks.com. Fishing Syndicate is coming up next. It's going to be our last interview for the day. And then I got to bail because if I don't get to my car within 4 hours, I'm going to get a ticket. I don't want to get a ticket for parking somewhere. So Fishing Syndicate is on the way next. Again, Detail Chicks, detailchicks.com. They were just here. And the show, the expo goes on again tomorrow, May 5th, Cinco de Mayo. Probably be a good day for it. They said it might be a little windy, which brings me to the next thing, but we'll get there. But you can still come down. I know that there are tickets still available, the $15 at the door. As you heard Big Willie say earlier, contact him and he can supply you with some free tickets. I believe that if you go to Adam Casillas on Facebook, that he can get you some there as well. So we'll be covering all that here very shortly with Fishing Syndicate coming up right about now. I see them turning the corner as we speak. So I'm going to get out of here. Here comes Kevin again.
Yeah. Gotta represent. All right, the legend right here. Finish up the show. Go ahead and have a seat. Make sure I got the last. Fuentes, right?
Yes.
Rick Fuentes with Fishing Syndicate, my rod sponsor. Oh, we got 10% left. We got to get this through, Scott. We're going to make it 10 minutes?
We might.
I hope so, because if you don't end it, is it going to save everything?
It will.
You promise?
It's already saved online.
All right, cool, man. All right, so yeah, for Fishing Syndicate, the guy right here, man, you do so much for them. You're a legend in the game, honestly, you know? And tell us about this. Just go ahead, man. Enough about me. We got time. Go. What do you do? What's up?
Well, I was involved with a different company a while back and then joined Fishing Syndicate. The brand has grown so much from that time to now. As far as our rod development and the things that we have so many new things from our inshore rods to our composite inshore rods to the S-Class, the new model S-Class that's really catching fire out there. As you know, S-Class, it takes a lot less material to actually get the same action that you would out of E-Glass. So you have that really, really nice bend and whip to it without the weight. So like for me, I'm an old dude and I have shoulder problems. So for me, it's been a good thing because I had to literally stop throwing a jig and came up on this lineup. I could throw a jig all day long, nice and light, but it's got great whip. You can get great distance on them. And at the same time, the rod has more lift. It's a higher modulus of glass. So you have a lot more lift to that rod than others. We've had one of our guys accidentally hooked a 200-pound on our 90J on 40-pound and actually landed it. I'm not going to tell you how long he was on that fish and chasing it around before he got it. But, yeah, we have 3 models of it now. We have a 15-40-pound, we have a 30-60, and we have an Apex, which is a 40-80 for those guys that like to go out there and throw those poppers at the bluefin tuna, which has become more popular now than it has been. The game has changed over the years. The way I fished it in the 70s, it's amazing how much the industry is evolving. And there's guys out there that'll talk to me and go, "Hey, you know so much about fishing. You're a professional." I'm not a professional. I tell everybody I'm learning. This is a learning game because the industry keeps changing. The lines we're fishing, back in the day it was Dacron. Now it's these braided lines that so you have small reels with big drag capacity, big line capacities and big drags on a smaller version. So now you can fish a lot lighter than you would back in the day. I remember rock caughting, with 7-hook ganyons on 9-aught weight, 9-aught 5-pound weight. Where
they're coming back though. Now we're fishing 600 feet. People are trying to bring back electric reels and the sissy plates and but you only fish 2 hooks. That's the thing, is you got to drop down with 2 hooks. But
right
now that we're fishing deeper, some of that stuff is coming back.
But you go and you look at those reels that we used to use back then, single speed. Now you have
1-to-1.
Just to mention a couple of brands, Accurate with their Valiants, their 800 or 600, you could get so much braid in there. So you could drop as deep as you want to on a much lighter setup than we did back in the day.
Yeah.
With the big reel and the big weight and as you know, those thinner braided lines, they have less drag. They drag less water, so you could drop down with much lighter weights than we used to when we were fishing that heavy Dacron back in the day.
That just soaks it up like a sponge. You would just see the water dripping off of the reel and coming down, and
you'd have the big rail plate on it and the whole thing.
Sissy plate, we call it.
Yeah.
But they're coming back. So we're in the Channel Islands area, and I don't know, again, as a fishing syndicate guy, I don't know all the differences between each particular model. I know I have a 25 to 40 pound setup that I was using with my Alexa 400, and that thing was killing. What would you recommend? Again, I'll let you do more of the talking of the different types and different models for fishing in Southern California. Is there something that people should look out for that fish, whether it's rockfish or surface or anything in particular they should be looking for with you guys, or just talk to you directly to find out where they're at?
For local fishing, our all-purpose lineup, which consists of a light, medium, and heavy, it's really all you need for out here. If you're not chasing big game and you're not chasing tuna or whatever, you don't need to go into the offshore series. So we have that all-purpose series, which consists of a light, which is a 15 to 30, and then a medium, which is a 20-40.
That's me.
Actually,
I know where I'm at now.
It's a 20-50 on the medium, and then it's a 30-60 on the heavy.
Okay. And
you don't need much more than that for all your local needs here, for all your rock fishing and yellows and sea bass. And I'm a light line guy, so I have a tendency of using, like yourself, you were doing the other day, using my inshore. I went out on one of the boats out of Long Beach the other day on an overnighter, and I took 4 rods. I used 1 rod the whole trip.
That's what I did the other day.
And you know what it was? It was our graphite inshore rod, the medium, which is rated 20-40, on Alexa 400. And I never, ever got away from that. I never put a bait on. I just straight jigged.
That's what I did. Exactly what I did. I'm following a legend. I got it right.
And it was fish after fish. I have a friend who makes these jigs, linkjigs.com, and that's all that I used on that trip, because he sponsored the trip actually. I never put a strip of squid on it. I just straight down dropped the jig and bang, 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 and you were up.
That's exactly what I did out of Santa Barbara. So you hear
I
that?
saw that.
Yeah, and that was it. I brought 3 rods, and that's what I fished. But I just used a ahi, a sole diamond jig, no squid, no nothing. Made a video, caught a couple. I caught 2 short lings, 2 keeper lings, some whitefish, a bunch of blue bass. But I was just iron fishing, and we were fishing like 140. There wasn't a lot of current, you know what I mean? So it was like you say, you fish a jig all day, you could wear yourself out, right? Like you were saying at the beginning. But now that they've made these things smaller and the gear that you fish, you can comfortably fish that setup 6 or 8 hours on a boat without wearing yourself out.
You're literally using bass gear.
Yep.
For these fish, and it makes it fun. I'll tell you, I did it back in the '70s when we were doing those ganyons and stuff.
Yeah.
That was work. It wasn't fun.
There was a guy named Steve Merritt that grew up out here. He was like the jig fisherman when I was a pinhead on the boat, and he would fish jigs. So in the summertime, he'd be fishing. I remember the scampi, the root beer scampi with the red lead head. But on rock fishing trips, he would fish this giant jig, and he would just for cows and lings, and he would put it like in a tuna thing. Man, that dude would work his butt off, but he would never tie in a ganyon, man.
Yeah,
and he was fishing 6, 7.
Back in the day, what did we do? Diamond jigs, right?
Yep.
That got your
or
huge
Jack's jig, something that weighs 2 pounds, straight to the bottom. But that is working. I would watch him just. And again, when you got that stretch with we don't want to, take too far out. But there's guys that make, like he's saying, it's a fun way of fishing besides just bait and the gear now that they produce. And Fishing Syndicate's lightness and the rods that they make. And Oliver, let me say this to shout out. When I came over from Cousins to Fishing Syndicate, it was probably the easiest sponsorship I've ever received. Just come get rods.
Yeah.
The way they take care of their people, man. Just don't get drunk in his, because, and I don't mean that in a bad way, but he makes you feel comfortable. We got to eat, right?
Yep.
We got to have a drink, and then we get to the rods, man. And you can't ask for a more inviting in this industry when you have to produce everything, right? Come on over, Kev. And it's just put some rods in your hand.
And we went from building those rods that we started out with, which are all just saltwater rods, to now we've got you covered everything from panfish, if that's what you guys like to do, all the way up to swordfish.
Yep.
We have glass rods, we have e-glass rods, we have rods with roller guides on them for people don't use roller guides as much. I remember back in the day, everybody put those AFCO roller guides on their rods or whatever. And so what happened? What happened to the AFCO roller guides? What wound up happening was Braid.
Oh.
Braid came along and made those tough to use because they would jump the rail and get wrapped up on the guide and break you off. But back in the day, that was the thing, but everybody fished mono. So the industry has changed a lot. The way we fish has changed immensely because there's a million different presentations that you can use to make things fun. You know?
And that's why, again, I think what you being with the company, man, when we see each other, is that you have that knowledge to see it and willing to change and not be stuck. Like, again, this worked in this era, this working in this era, and what we're going to do next era, like staying on top of it.
Like I'm that guy you'll find on a multi-day trip where you'll find me fishing off a pier or the rocks.
Yeah.
I love it all. And the reason why I like fishing off shore-based fishing is because that's what I did as a kid. I rode my bicycle to the pier. And so that still today is the best platform to bring along that next generation of anglers. You start somewhere.
Right.
And for me, it was Bonita off the Venice Pier.
Well, I did a pier presentation yesterday, right? And it's kind of funny. I'm going to throw this in there. When I did my pier days and the kid days that I started filming Real Anglers Fishing Show, it was giggled at, right? That's not hardcore enough, Kev. We were inside sport fishing and running Kovacs and stuff. And here I come in pier fishing. And look where I'm at, man. I got to close the house yesterday. And the rod that you sent me over there with, I use that thing for the pier. Yeah. I use that same rod for catching calicos and sandies on twilight, throwing plastics. Whitefish. My son caught a halibut on that same spinning rod setup that you gave me. Because I didn't bring my rod yesterday, so I went around and said, hey, I need to borrow a setup. But that's, again, it's multi. Yeah. You can use it for multi fishing, and that's where we all started on the pier. So as soon as I needed a prop for yesterday, and
sadly, some people can't get on a boat. They just get violently ill, and they just can't fish on a boat, and they don't. One of the things that I preach all the time is you can catch a fish of a lifetime standing on the beach.
Yep.
I caught halibut over 30 pounds fishing off the beach. Throwing Lucky Crafts, Battle Stars, and those sort of jigs at them. You never know what you're going to catch.
Man, you saw me yesterday. See, I'm like a legend. And the reason I say that, right? That's the fun about the ocean, right? Just had that drag set right. And I was telling the kids this yesterday. Too bad I didn't film it. I got a little piece. But using the rod, I was showing them, showcasing the rod that had been set up in the rod, is that you don't stock the ocean. It's not like a pond or a lake that you got your 5 species, your trout, catfish, bass, bluegill, crappie, whatever. You never know what's going to come swimming through that shoreline, man. And if you got the right gear, Fishing Syndicate, man, and that backbone on that rod, and and I've seen the biggest fish caught on the smallest piece of bait, and I've seen little fish just attack a big bait.
A spotted bay bass will try to, any bass really, they will try to eat a jig as big as they are.
Yeah.
I mean, you're like looking at the jig and the fish hanging out and go, where were you going to put that? But one of the things that's going on right now is during this time of the year and into the early summer months, we have all the grunion runs. That sucks game fish right up onto the beach. White sea bass, stripers,
halibut,
big halibut. And so you can get these. I've been out there where I'm making my cast into the surf, and I've literally watched halibut shoot the curl inside of the wave chasing a perch.
You make me want to go fishing right now. I'll be honest. All that talk about fishing, man, you make me want to go soak a bait right now.
One of the best, the next best thing to actually fishing is talking about fishing, because I get amped up.
Well, that's why I had you on last, because I didn't want to have to rush you. I mean, if we go more than the 15 minutes, you've seen people waiting their turn, but I wanted you, the way it worked out, because I wanted to call Oliver over, and he was busy yesterday or Friday when I was making our list. But I thought it was great that you were last, because I knew that we would get to talking. And then there's no questions. We don't have anything scripted. So we're just going to sit here and talk fishing. And I need to talk fishing and talk and shut myself up sometimes and listen to those the legends too, man. Like we had Jason Diamond here, and listening to them, not just chopping it up, but just sitting here and telling stories and let other people tell their stories. Danjo, what up, man? Hold on, I'll be right there.
But this
My
is
best
just
friend
kicking
Danjo.
off. This is just kicking off for us. The white sea bass are going off on the Channel Islands. The tuna are beginning to move closer and closer. It's now, the season has actually started a little bit late this year. But no, usually by April you already have barracuda. You already have. That's just now starting to happen. So it's from this point on, it's going to get nothing but better.
Yeah. So what do you? Anything you want? Any show? How's the show going for you guys so far? Coming up here to Ventura and doing the show.
The show actually has been going great.
Friday was pretty busy.
The venue, and it gives us a chance to be here because for the folks that live in this area, it's kind of a hard stretch to go to Del Mar or to go to PCS in Orange County. It's got to be planned, and I understand the traffic because I live that way.
Yeah.
So I understand what the traffic could be like. So it's kind of nice to have this venue here, where the 805 and areas up north from here can come here and enjoy all the vendors that are here. We have a ton of vendors here, and everybody's having a good time, good crowd.
And you have rods this way too, right? Yeah, I know Eric's carries them to Santa Barbara.
We have them in Santa Barbara. Mm-hmm. We have some up in Morro Bay, Santa Barbara, Ventura. We have rods in Ventura Sport Fishing as well. But Eric here has, got such a nice shop here in Ventura, and he caters to everyone and everything. If whatever it is that you need, whether you're targeting freshwater fish all the way up to the big game stuff, he's got you covered. He does really well.
Well, the reason I say that is because sometimes people will see a logo or a brand and not have a face. So for you guys to be here and people to get to meet Fishing Syndicate and see the whole thing without going that far down, I think is important, because we love you out here, And for just the importance of having that, because people see me on Facebook and Instagram, but for us to have a guppy booth and people get a chance to come up and talk to us and meet us and tell you the stories that they caught on your rods or stuff like that, for you guys to be here for us, I think it's just incredible, man, to come this far up. So again, the show's great for us, but also great for the people around here to get more familiar with just the logo.
One of the things about our company is there isn't anybody within our company that isn't a fisherman. So everything that we're developing is with that in mind, and we fish 24/7, a lot of us. So we're always out there. And so for me, when we do our sponsor trips and everything else, we do sponsor trips up here, Santa Barbara, Monterey. It's great to meet the new people. You know, my wife sometimes asks me, hey, you know, you're going to go fishing? Oh, you're by yourself? I said, no, you know, I may go on by myself, but I walk out with 15 new friends.
You know what they tell me that too, Mama? I always say Jesus is with me. You go by yourself, I'm like, but my energy, like I'm buddies with. By noon, everybody loves me. Like plus I'm a deckhand, so I'm tying my neighbor's hooks and I'm playing around and I'm doing my teaching thing. But I don't have to have anybody with me to purchase. You know, when I purchase my ticket, like you say, you just go out there, man, and you'll buy tent. You got buddies.
And I'm that guy that when I get on a boat, and I'm sure you're pretty much that way too. If you see somebody struggling with either the way they're set up or whatever, I put my stuff down and I go over and I show them what to do.
I've had people try to tip me. They think I'm on the crew, and I'm like, no, just put it in their bucket. I'm just helping.
Yeah, it's funny because you start helping them, and then they keep coming to you because they think you work for the boat. Which is
they want to buy you a lunch, or they want to buy you a beer, or do something, and it's like, no, this is what the fishing community should be doing.
Yep.
Right?
You see a kid on a boat, man. Spend your time. Make sure that kid wants to come back.
Let me tell you a story why I do this. I was on the Pacific Eagle by myself at like 11 or 12, and I took a nap on the way out. This dude took my spot on the stern and wouldn't give it back to me. I swear to God. And I remember that dude. If I see you, bro, that's one of the dudes that got one coming. And I remember being on the Eagle, and it was a 4 o'clock departure, so I got there at 3 o'clock to get a stern spot. I lay down on the bunk, fell asleep a little bit, and when I came back, he took my spot and said, so what? And I remember that, and that feeling is why I do a lot of what I do, because again, like you said, the fishing industry should be helping, and this dude really didn't give a damn if I was 11. He was going to outmuscle me and take it. So anyway, what else we're going to wrap it up.
That's it,
Fishing Syndicate, man, check it out online everywhere.
We're located in La Habra, so we deliver all out here. So you guys will see me on the boats. I fish up and down the coast everywhere. So.
Legend. He's sitting right here with us, man, and I appreciate it so much, man. And again, all the, you know, if you get a chance, JT is here. You can get your rods custom wrapped to whatever colors you want. Women's rods, the pink one, like they just check it out. You can go down to their shop. They have their open houses where they cook food and cater it up, and it's just a different way of a lot of rod manufacturers do it. Syndicate does it just a uniquely different, where you stay with them forever.
Yeah, it's a family, really, you know, and we want you to be successful.
I looked up this term Syndicate, what it meant, and it's pretty neat. I'll let you look it up yourself. I don't remember the definition, but I looked up what a syndicate was. And, you know, it was like a crime syndicate, but the word syndicate has a very cool meaning to it. I don't have time to look it up right now, but syndicate means something, and I know that when I read it, it was exactly what for fishing, the bond and brotherhood of what a syndicate means. So, Guppy approved. Real Angler endorsed, all the above. And again, it wasn't because of some of that, but dude, I've killed a gang of fish on them, and I'm not going to stop. So again, check them out. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, my pleasure, man.
We'll talk soon.
Anything else? Anything else? Is that it? Scotty, come over here and let me close the show. Mr. Fuentes, man, thank you. Rick Fuentes has left the building to shut down the show.
That is pretty awesome. That is
I'm
a way to...
going to let Danjo jump in for like 5 minutes, I think. Come here, get over here, Danjo.
We're going to give...
He did my first fishing show.
We're going to give Danjo
my first
as much time as we can give him, because we're going to run out of juice here.
Sit down real quick.
So,
hold on.
Take it right here.
So, Danjo, sit down. This is one of my best friends on the whole wide road right here. Some people even... I got him working on the Pacific Eagle's first albacore. But remember my vision when we went fishing, and Larry and I was filming at where were we? Tell him.
Rudder Room?
No. We were at La Janelle.
Oh yeah, La Janelle.
Yeah. The rudder room was the first guppy day. No, that was the first guppy day. Okay. But the first was the La Janelle.
When you do your video, when you're doing your video classing back in the day,
we were killing.
This one had Jack Smelt and we were getting.
We did a commercial. We made a Bud Light commercial.
Yeah, man. We were killing it, bro.
Look where we at, brother.
Yeah,
look where you at, man. Look where I'm at.
I'm happy for you.
Dude, it's my best buddy right here. But yeah, he was there and he was because I was the camera guy, so he was doing the tackle tip, and he hooked himself in the finger on the back of my Explorer, and we just kept on filming. So
I worked at Channel Island Sport Fishing for a while, and had some tackle tips, you know, and you were using little jigs and doing a bunch of stuff out there catching Jack Smelt and
memories.
Yeah, man. Just living the dream back then, man.
That's
what guys do.
Team Big Game, remember? Team Big Game. Me, you, Mike, Larry, Rojo, Big Ray. They got sick and smashed the sardine.
Yeah. Good times, man.
Team Big Game right here. All right, we're gonna call it a day with that. But You having a good show, man? Yeah, you just get
man,
here or what?
Nice. A lot of 805 people out here.
The 80 nickel.
Really good fishing people in here. There's a bunch of stuff going on. So you guys didn't get down here, you should get down here and check it out.
Yeah, we keep this event going on.
It's got real guppies out here, and everybody's out here. So come check it out.
You tell he's nervous on the camera. Look at
I'm
him.
nervous. I don't even know what to do.
I didn't notice. I
He
think
just
he's
pulled
doing
me
great.
in, so I was like,
Pulled him in.
He's doing
But Dan Joe was there. My first, when I was just a filmmaker, my first ever episode. We're at the Lodge. You know, me, Larry, Robert, Pritchett, Chencho. We did this commercial with him carrying a Bud Light through because I was thinking about how we're going to get sponsorships.
Yeah, we need
Chencho, like,
sponsors. Yeah.
what I say when I'm out bumming change, I can hit a voice over Chencho, and he stops, puts the 18-pack down, and cracks it open, takes a beer, and keeps on walking across. We have even made a commercial, but Dan Joe was my first host for Real Anglers Fishing Show. I don't even think we had a name for it yet. I just wanted to do a TV show with the Oxnard College film program, and here we are, man, this many years later.
Living the dream, man. Living the dream.
All right,
what was your name?
Scott.
This
Danny.
is Scotty.
Nice to meet you,
All right,
Danny.
Scott, let's close it down. Get out of the way, Dan Joe.
Yeah, I'm out of here.
Stay right here, though. I'm about to be done. This is how we do it, man. This is real TV. This is that real TV right here, man.
Longest
That's what's
podcast
up.
we've ever done.
That's right. So what do you got?
You got one more day? Come down here. I don't know how late we running tonight.
I mean, what?
How late
Oh,
is this?
until 6 o'clock. I
6
got to go to the
o'clock tonight?
CCA and do a fundraiser for the sea bass pins and do that. And my team will be here all day. And then I'll be here tomorrow. And then tomorrow at 4 p.m., I'll be shutting down the main stage with another seminar. CommunityKevin.com. Check it out. Scotty, always an amazing job. Great job engineering
fun
today.
today. We
Little
got-
makeshift studio.
Come down tomorrow if you're available on May 5th. The tickets are $15 at the door. You got tickets left?
Yes, I do.
Hit up Kevin for some tickets. Do that.
CommunityKev.com. And if you want to make donations, maybe have a raffle and help support the Real Guppy Outdoor program. Excuse me. And that's a wrap on the day.
Speaking of which, we'll see you at the Real Guppy program real soon. Bye.
Bye-bye. Our little studio was so loud, and now we had to pull up outside.